25-30, 35-40, 35-30, 20, 15, 10, 5. The first play from scrimmage. Josiah Pattengall takes it to the house. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw, has a man wide open. It's Caden Sowers right at the 40-yard line, makes the catch, cuts back at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in for a touchdown, Red Devils!
This is Red Devil football.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, still looking. He launches a ball into the end zone. It's caught by Tyler Rossmeyer for a touchdown, Red Devils, from 19 yards out. Everybody flexed out to the right. He takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall weaving between everybody. He's got some running room. He's at the 30, to the 35, still on his feet to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. See you later.
Coverage of Red Devil football on 101.1 KFNF is brought to you by
Aqua Shield Roofing, Colby Ag Center, Creative Collision, Colligan of Oberlin, Decatur Co-op, Decatur County Beef, Decatur Health, Farm Credit of Western Kansas, FNB Bank of Oberlin, Frederickson Insurance Agency, Kitchen Solvers of McCook, Nutrient Ag Solutions of Oberlin, Ray's Grocery, The Bank in Downtown Oberlin, Ward Drug Store, and Next Tech.
Now with the start of Red Devil Game Day, presented by Decatur Co-op. Here's Sam Knoll.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome here from Hill City. It is misty, it is rainy, it is wet, and tonight on KFNF we get ourselves a district championship. And it's the first time we've been able to say that in almost 10 years, or over 10 years. 2014, the last time the Red Devils won a district championship, and tonight they're trying to put another chapter in this storybook season as they meet up with the Hill City Ringnecks. I'm Sam Knoll, and thanks for joining us either on the KFNF YouTube channel or right here on the radio over the airwaves on KFNF. And bear with us tonight. I'm going to preface that out in the early going and much of the broadcast because it is misting pretty good here in Hill City right now. We got here about an hour, a little over an hour before we came live on the air here, and about 20 minutes into us setting up, it started to mist, and it stayed like that. Hasn't turned into a heavy rain per se, but it is misting pretty good to make the table wet, make all the papers wet, make everything wet that you could possibly think of, and we've been trying to plastic bag everything that we can, that is for sure. We want to bring you everything that we can, so if you're watching on the KFNF YouTube channel tonight, bear with us. We might not be able to give you as much as we usually do anyway, and bear with the rain on the glass as well, and bear if the camera's off a little bit and stuff like that, because it's a little bit misty. We got a trash bag around the camera, so it's a little tough to see what we're looking at. I mean, I know we're staring at it, but just bear with us a little bit here tonight from Hill City, as we got a good one, though, between Oberlin and Hill City for a district title. So, yes, tonight is the district title in 8-man D1 District 8. The winner of this one will get the quote-unquote number 1 seed out of the district. The loser will get the 2 seed. Each of these two teams, though, know their fate next week, and they will be playing at home in the playoffs. They clinched a playoff spot last week, did both of these two teams, and they are certainly on cloud 9 with that, but looking forward to possibly trying to get the 1 seed and have maybe a little bit of an inferior opponent at home coming up next week. And like I mentioned, it's that simple. You win, you're district champions. You lose, you're district runner-ups, but you both get to be at home. As of who they're going to play, it'll either be the 3rd-place team or the 4th-place team out of District 7, which is currently in a 3-way tie at the moment between Quinter, La Crosse, and Ellis. All of those teams in action tonight. And from what the math I've done, it looks like La Crosse going to be in 4th place by the end of the night, and Ellis in 3rd place with Quinter sitting on the outside looking in. But it's Kansas high school football. Anything can happen, especially when us announcers or pundits try to figure out who's going to play who and where we're going to go. It always seems to go the opposite way. But by tonight's end, we will know who Oberlin will play in the first round of the playoffs coming up next week. The Red Devils coming off of a dominant home win against their arch rival, the Rawlins County Buffaloes, 52-28. Oberlin walked away putting up 16 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 14 more in the third, and 14 more in the fourth for a 52-28 win. The Red Devils led 38-6 and 46-6 at one point in the contest, but some late scores from the Buffaloes made the score a little bit closer. But man, the Red Devil offense was on fire. The Red Devil defense really shut down a very great run game in the Rawlins County Buffaloes, and they are certainly going to have to do the same thing here tonight. That is for sure if they're wanting to walk away with a win over the Hill City Ringnecks, and we'll talk more about that coming up in our Red Devil opposition segment. But the Ringnecks love to run the football, and the number one thing that they love to do is find creative ways to run the football. They're one of the most creative teams I've seen run the football, and that's why they've been in the playoffs a lot. But we'll talk more about them coming up in our Red Devil opposition segment. Last week, the Red Devils were led by a two-headed rushing attack of Josiah Pattengall and Caden Sowers. We've been talking about Caden all year, about how he's a little sneaky out there in the backfield. Not many people maybe understand how good of a running back he is, and man, did he do a good job last week. 10 carries, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's now got 43 carries on the year, 316 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He also added 3 receptions for 21 yards, taking his total to 14 receptions for 228 on the season. Brady Gehring, another great week last week in the pocket, 6 of 10, 83 yards and a score. Did have 3 carries for 15 yards and a score, and we talk a little bit more about him in our pregame show when we sit down and talk with head coach of the Red Devils, Brandon Gehring, and he just said his pocket presence has just stepped up to another notch down the stretch here. Brady, a couple of times last week, pulled the, tucked the ball and ran it right up the middle, and that's what the Red Devils need him to do, especially with the weapons out there as receivers. But Josiah Pattengall did what Josiah Pattengall does last week, that's for sure. Josiah, 25 carries, 146 yards, and a score last week. And we talk about it with Blake Gehring in our interview with him. There's not many backs in the state of Kansas that can do what he does. And with another 25 carry performance, he's now almost to 1,000 yards, 156 in carries, 992 yards on the season. So certainly will go over 1,000 at some point here tonight, unless they hold him under 8 yards, which I don't think is going to happen. But Josiah, 992 yards rushing, 15 touchdowns on the season as well. The Red Devils in total as an offense, 2,104 yards of total offense. Last year alone just had 2,083, so broke that by over 100 yards already. Passing yards, 685. Rushing yards, 1,419. They've had 11 passing touchdowns, 25 rushing TDs, and 8 turnovers. The Red Devils are averaging 44 points per game to just 17 to their opponents. Last year, it was 30 to 29 to that mark. So Oberlin certainly this season has stepped it up on the offensive side of the ball, as well as on the defensive side. Like I mentioned, shutting down a very good rushing attack last week from the Rawlins County Buffaloes. Oberlin, led by Caden Sowers as well as Christian Smith Titus. Sowers totaled 11 tackles last week, 9 solos, 2 TFLs. Christian Smith Titus sneakily has kind of been one of the best defensive players on the team down the stretch here. He had 33 tackles last week, 12 tackles last week, 2 TFLs. Also had he now has 33 tackles on the year. Can't forget about the play up front from the DNs, Rustin Bailey and Theo Butterfield. 6 tackles for Rustin, 7 for Theo. Rustin, 3 TFLs, Theo with 1. Both of those guys going to have to be huge tonight as well, along with the linebackers. Josiah had a big week last week as well. A good week for him. Brady Gehring, also another good week. He had an interception and an interception return for a touchdown, so he will take that as well. This is a defense so far this season that has really done a good job stopping the run, and I'm going to continue to bring it up. The Red Devils have to stop the run tonight if they want to be successful. They have got to find ways, and I mentioned it, and we'll talk more about it here in a second, but Hill City just finds creative ways to get the ball to their athletes, whether that's via the run. They don't throw it a lot, but when they do, it's a creative way. So the Red Devils going to have to stay assignment sound tonight, not get caught with their eyes in the backfield or behind them, because Hill City is going to throw everything at them because they obviously want to win the district title tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back here on the Decatur Co-op Red Devil Game Day pregame show, we'll take a look at our 8-man blitz, all the scores from last week as well as all the scores from this week. Few district titles on the line too across the state, so we'll preview that coming up next in our 8-man blitz here on the Decatur Co-op Red Devil Game Day pregame show.
To bad roofs. Say yes to Aqua Shield Roofing. With over 17 years of providing A-plus services. Roofs, siding, gutters, windows, doors, and spray foam insulation. Plus, Aqua Shield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call at 785-475-2533. AquashieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Ever wonder why some people have a spring in their step? It's simple. Fuel. Quality fuel from Decatur Co-op. Without the right fuel, your day can feel like a drag. But with Decatur Co-op's premium Fieldmaster diesel or unleaded fuel delivered straight to you, those days of sluggish starts are over. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, they keep you moving. Check out their bulk fuel delivery today. Premium fuel and service you deserve at Decatur Co-op, with a location near you.
Red Devil Game Day, presented by Decatur Co-op, continues. Let's get the scores from across the state last week and preview the matchups coming up this week. This is the 8-Man Blitz on 101.1 KFNF, today's best country.
All right, welcome back from Hill City, where the rain continues to fall. And like I mentioned, not a true rain, but it is misting, and it is misting pretty good. It has not stopped misting for, I'd say, almost an hour now that it has been misting, and it has just continued to mist. Talking with the AD here in Hill City, it did rain a little bit this morning, but he said it's just been kind of dewy all day throughout the day, but the mist has settled in, like I mentioned, right as we came here and started getting everything set up for tonight's matchup. All right, let's take you through our 8-man blitz. We start in District 1. Cedar Val Dexter taking – oh, wait, hold on. Just give me a second here. All right, let's get back to the 8-man blitz now. Cedar Val Dexter last week winning in a shootout, and by shootout, I mean it was whoever could score 100 was probably going to win the contest, but Cedar Val Dexter wins at 88-86 over Oswego. Oswego had a guy go for 327 yards and 7 touchdowns, so that's a pretty good night. But 88-86, Cedar Val Dexter gets the win there in District 1 action. 54-20, Sedan over Central Burton, and Northeast Arma takes down West Elk by a score of 68-18. District 7 action this week. Couple of games already in the books, as out there on the eastern side of the state, they knew they were going to have some severe weather tonight, so wanted to get those games in. Cedar Val Dexter beat Northeast Arma by a final score of 74-50. West Elk takes down Central Burton 36-26, and then do have one game tonight there in District 1, Sedan taking on Oswego. Cedar Val Dexter finishes 7-1 and 5-0 in district play. They are the district champs. Northeast Arma 3-5 and 2-3. West Elk 2-6 and 1-4. Central Burton 1-7 and 0-5, and Sedan 4-3. 3-1, Oswego 5-2 and 3-1. District 2 action coming up this week. Linden all over Yates, or coming up last week, I should say. Linden all over Yates Center, 48-0. Chase County took down Northern Heights 72-24. Madison all over Flint Hills, 42-20. District 2 action this week, one final from yesterday. Flint Hills finishes the season 4-4 with a 71-42 win over Yates Center, who finishes 1-7. District 2 matchups this week, Northern Heights 2-5 on the road to take on Linden, who's 6-0. Madison at 6-1 on the road to take on Chase County, who is 4-3. District 3 action last week, El Saline takes down Gossell by a final score of 50-0. Little River in a shootout in the first half that turned into a blowout in the second half. The Redskins get the win over Central Plains 68-32. And Solomon, the Gorillas, take down Canton Galva 44-20. District 3 action this week, one game already in the books. Little River finishes the season at 7-1 with a 72-0 win over Solomon. They're looking at the El Saline Central Plains matchup tonight. If Central Plains can beat El Saline, then Little River would fall into a possible district title tie at the top. El Saline does have the tiebreaker over them as well, but still Little River, big win, 72-0. El Saline Central Plains, maybe one of the many games of the week this week. Across the state, Gossell on the road taking on Canton Galva. Gossell 1-6, Canton Galva 2-5. District 4 action last week, Sylvan, Lucas, and Lincoln, both teams undefeated. And Lincoln, the Leopards, live up to the hype, 62-36. Lincoln 7-0 for the first time since 1980, if I saw that right, or something. It's been a long time for the Leopards to be 7-0, but they are 7-0 after the win. Clifton Clyde got the win on the road at Rock Hills, 54-6. Washington County is now in the playoffs with a win over Lakeside, 78-16. District 4 action this week, Lincoln on the road to take on Clifton Clyde. Lincoln 7-0, Clifton Clyde 5-2. Rock Hills 0-7 on the road, taking on Lakeside 2-5. Washington County, like I mentioned, they clinched a playoff spot last week, 3-4 now on the year. They're on the road taking on Sylvan Lucas, who's 6-1. District 5 action last week, Oxford takes down Udall 65-6. South Central all over Pratt Skyline 68-14, and Kiowa County 52-0 over Satanta. District 5 is kind of who we've been having an eye on down the stretch here, as Oberlin, they win that first playoff game next week. Whether they're the 2 seed or the 1 seed, they will meet up with a District 5 opponent coming up next week. So certainly kind of keeping an eye on that. It'll either probably be South Central or Oxford who battle it out for the district title there in District 5 coming up this week. Both of them 6-0 and 3-0 in district play. Pratt Skyline 4-3 on the road to take on Kiowa County, who's 3-4 and 1-2. Udall and Mineola already played this week, and Mineola ends Udall's 0-8 season with a 78-28 win. District 6 action last week, Spearville and Meade met up, and Meade, who started the season 0-2 with 2 blowout losses, has now won 5 straight with a 46-0 win over Spearville. Kinsley squeaks it out over Sublette 28-26. South Gray over Elkhart 52-20. District 6 action this week, Meade 5-2 on the road to take on Elkhart, who's 1-6. Sublette 5-2 on the road to take on Spearville, who's 1-5. South Gray on the road to take on Kinsley, the Coyotes at 5-1. District 7 action like last week. Like I mentioned, this is a district that we're going to be keeping our eye on throughout the night, as this next week, Oberlin, as you know, clinched the playoff spot, so they will match up with either the 3 seed or the 4 seed out of the District 7 district there. And so here's the scores from last week in District 7. Wichita County over Quinter 50-0. Trigo over La Crosse 48-0. Ellis over Ness City 60-8. District 7 action this week. Trigo on the road to take on Quinter, one of those teams that Oberlin could maybe meet up with next week. Ness City on the road to take on La Crosse, another team that Oberlin could see next week. And Wichita County on the road to take on Ellis. They're another team that Oberlin could see. So Ellis, La Crosse, or Quinter, we'll be watching those games coming up this week. And in District 8 action last week, Hill City taking down Stockton by a final score of 78-0. We'll talk more about that game coming up next in our Red Devil Opposition segment. Oberlin all over Rawlins County 52-28, and Saney beats Hoxie 24-20. So leaves a lot of districts kind of, or just a lot of up in the air in that for that final spot here in District 8. Oberlin and Hill City, as you know, battling out tonight for the district championship. Hoxie travels north to take on Rawlins County, who is in the playoffs. No matter what, they are in the playoffs. Hoxie on the bubble with St. Francis. The Indians of Hoxie hoping the Indians of St. Francis lose tonight, because if Hoxie wins, then they will be 2-3. Saney will be 2-3. And Saney has the tiebreaker over Hoxie as well. Rawlins County, if they win, though, Hoxie's out. So Hoxie has to win to keep their playoff hopes alive tonight. Saney at home to end the season with Stockton. So that's enough for our 8-man blitz. All the scores from around the state last week and all the scores coming up this week. Quite a few good games to end it out, and as it should. Final week of the regular season, and we get Oberlin and Hill City coming up. We're just about a little under 40 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take another break. When we come back, it's time for Red Devil Opposition, where we take a closer look at the Hill City Ringnecks. That's coming up next here on the Red Devil Game Day Decatur Co-op pregame show.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors that get the job done right, or the Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your Colby Ag Center for a demo today. Colby Ag Center, your local Cub Cadet dealer at 305 East Horton.
Winter will be coming sooner than you think. It's time to start thinking about warmth and savings. Mid-Plains Energy offers propane delivery to keep your home cozy and your wallet happy. Sign up now to lock in the best rates. The earlier you join, the more you save. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, Mid-Plains Energy ensures reliable service and peace of mind. Mid-Plains Energy, your trusted partner for a warm winter. Call 785-678-2315 to learn more.
Red Devil Game Day, presented by Decatur Co-op, continues on 101.1 KFNF, today's best country. Let's take a closer look at tonight's opponent with Red Devil Opposition.
Welcome back here from Hill City as the Red Devil Game Day Decatur Co-op pregame show rolls on in the mist. Yes, we are in the mist. And I'm not talking about isn't in the mist the float or the boat that takes you around Niagara Falls. I think that's called in the... I don't know. But we are not next to Niagara Falls, that's for sure. But it is misting pretty good here in Hill City as we're just about 36 minutes away from kickoff. Other than the mist and the cold breeze, it's still a good night for football. I mean, it's not 100 degrees outside right now. You know, a couple of years ago when we came here to Hill City, it was like 80 degrees at kickoff. So I'm sure Oberlin will much rather have this. But it's going to be interesting to see what either team wants to do because the field is definitely wet. You can see the water glistening on the track as well as on the football field. So it'll be interesting to see if each team, if they really want to throw it or if it's just going to be 2 yards and a cloud of dust the whole entire game. But let's dive into Red Devil Opposition. Taking a closer look at the Hill City Ringnecks. The Ringnecks come in tonight with a record of 6-1 and 4-0 in district play. The Ringnecks opened up the season here at home and ended up losing to Trigo 30-20. The Golden Eagles have risen to number 2 in the 8-man D1 rankings. So they certainly, that's a loss that you look at and say, okay, that's a good loss because that was a good team they lost to, and only by 10 as well. Trigo kind of pulled away late to get the win, so it was very close. Then Hill City went on the road, won at Ellis 62-26. Came back here, won against Thunder Ridge 58-12. Won on the road against Rollins County 58-20. Won on the road at St. Francis 62-18. Won here against Hoxie a couple of weeks ago 64-14. And then won against Stockton 78-0 last week. The Indians were in front 38-0 after the first quarter and then put up 40 more in the second for a 78-0 win. And this is an offense this season that you heard those scores right there. They have not scored under 50 points since that opening loss to open up the week, as they've scored 45 or more points in 7 of 11 games last year, and since their week 1 loss this season, have scored at least 58 points in every matchup, including 60 or more in the last 3 weeks straight. So it's a high-powered offense. Hill City always has a high-powered offense, and it starts with the run game. The Ringnecks this season have gained 2,136 yards on the ground. All of last year, they played 11 games last year, and in the whole and total season last year, they gained 2,297. So certainly a definite improvement there. Ringnecks as a team have gained 3,004 yards on the year. And it all starts with a three-headed monster in the backfield, led by Tate Balthazar, the 5'10", 155-pound senior quarterback. So far this season, 65 carries, 655 yards, 10 total touchdowns. Throwing the ball, 38 of 62 for 844, 14 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. The two-headed monster in running backs is Slade Rohr and Tyler Ashbaugh. Ashbaugh, 81 carries, 766 yards, 15 touchdowns, 8 receptions, 183 yards, and a touchdown. Slade Rohr on the year, 41 carries, 262 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's got 11 receptions for 276 yards and 5 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, when they do look to throw the football, it most will likely go to tight end Jackson Smith, the senior this year, 12 receptions, 280 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Vincent Zahner, 4 receptions, 69 yards, and a score for him as the other tight end. Look out for him to possibly be big as well. This is a very experienced offense and defense for the Ringnecks. Like I mentioned, a lot of seniors on the offensive side. Kieswetter, Hall, Balthazar, Ashbar, all seniors, along with Smith and Zahner. The only 2 non-seniors are Rohr and Presley, who are both juniors, and we'll take you through more kind of those classes in our starting lineups. But the Ringnecks, under head coach Travis Desmond, have been a very, very good team. 9 straight years of non-losing seasons, all 9 of them coming under Coach Desmond, and both Coach Desmond and Coach Gehring know each other a little bit. Coach Gehring let us in onto that at the end of the game last week. They went to high school together at Logan, so maybe a little bit of a classmate rivalry there, I would say, maybe as well. But they'll certainly square off tonight. And 2 very good offensive minds, that is for sure. Defensively, though, this is where Hill City has taken an improvement from last year. The Ringnecks averaged 42 points per game last year, but gave up 30. This year, averaging 57.4 and giving up 17.1. So certainly a very much improved Ringneck defense, that is for sure. And it is all over the place. Not just one guy has been doing it, but one of the biggest guys on this team is Aiden Hall, 220-pound senior on the D-line, 67 tackles on the year, 16 TFLs, 8 sacks for him on the season as well. Can't forget about Kobe Kieswetter, 43 tackles for him, 5 TFLs. He's got an interception, a fumble recovery, a block punt, a safety, and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. He's basically done it all, that is for sure on the defensive side. Can't forget about linebackers Slade Rohr and Briggs Bourne. Bourne, a sophomore, 68 tackles this year, 5 TFLs. Slade Rohr, 78 tackles, 8 TFLs. In the secondary, Tyler Ashbaugh, 30 tackles, Balthazar, 34 tackles, and 6 interceptions. He had 3 interceptions alone last week. Ryan Buddig, 57 tackles on the year, and 3 interceptions for him as well. So it's certainly, like I mentioned, a very much improved defense for Hill City last year. They've had 13 sacks, 50 tackles for loss, 17 interceptions, and 6 defensive scores. It's a defense that Oberlin is going to have to play very, very well against tonight, and it's going to start with the boys up front. If that offensive line can keep the Oberlin Red Devil run game moving, especially with the way the rain is kind of coming in here, the mist, where you're probably going to be keeping the ball on the ground a little bit more than you would normally do. The Red Devil defense, offensive line has got to be big against a very, very tough and heavy defensive line in Hill City. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back here on Red Devil Game Day, presented by Decatur Co-op, we will set the stage for tonight's matchup. That's coming up next as we get you closer and closer to kickoff of the District 8 Championship matchup between Oberlin and Hill City.
What do I do? 3, 4, dents in my door. 5, 6, get them fixed. 7, 8, make them straight. 9, 10, paint it again.
Got a dent, scratch, or crunch? Don't stress it. Bring it to Creative Collision, where they make child's play out of bodywork. Stop in on North Highway 83 in Oberlin, Kansas, or call 785-470-2130.
Ever wonder why some people have a spring in their step? It's simple. Fuel. Quality fuel from Decatur Co-op. Without the right fuel, your day can feel like a drag. But with Decatur Co-op's premium Fieldmaster diesel or unleaded fuel delivered straight to you, those days of sluggish starts are over. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, they keep you moving. Check out their bulk fuel delivery today. Premium fuel and service you deserve at Decatur Co-op with a location near you.
The popcorn is getting popped, the burgers are getting flipped, and the players are warming up. Red Devil football is just minutes away. Let's go live to the field to set the stage for tonight's game. Here's Sam Knoll.
Welcome back here from Ringneck Field, home of the Hill City Ringnecks and the District 8 Championship tonight, as we are just a little under 30 minutes away from kickoff in one of the biggest games in recent history for the Oberlin Red Devils, that is for sure. Last time they played in the district championship game, it was over a decade ago, 2014, and there wasn't really a quote-unquote district championship game that year, as the Oberlin Red Devils ran through the district, went 6-0, but they're looking to claim their first district title since 2014, and by my calculations, and I'm sure I will probably get corrected if I'm wrong, but just third overall district title in school history. I could be wrong on that figure as well. Hill City is just looking for their second overall district title in school history tonight. So kind of a couple of teams that have had good teams, you know, over the years, but have always kind of been second behind, a big team like a Hoxie last year or a St. Francis for a few years there. So certainly going to be interesting to see what the Red Devils are able to do tonight. But like I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, it is misty, it is rainy, it is wet. The field is wet, the track is wet, everybody is wet. We're wet sitting right here, and I think that's going to be the one description tonight that we can talk about. It is wet, so it'll be interesting to see if each of these two teams' strategies change a little bit with it being so wet. I know Hill City loves to run the ball, so this kind of plays in their favor. Oberlin can sling it, obviously, with a receiver like Gage Willoughby, but tonight are they going to have to find a way to get him the ball in other situations, maybe with short passes as opposed to those long, deep ones. It's going to be all about running the ball and stopping the run tonight, that is for sure. The Red Devils can run the ball against a very good defensive line and linebackers and secondary, a very good defense overall in Hill City. They should be able to come out on top. But at the meantime, while they're doing that, they have got to stop the run as well. The Red Devils are going up against one of the best running teams in the state, and I've mentioned it a lot. They get so creative in the way they run the football. Dayton Stephen last year, they got him the ball more ways than I've ever seen in my life, the way to get somebody the ball. I mean, he just absolutely was able to get it all the time. He graduated last year, but they've got two really great running backs there along with a great quarterback, so Oberlin has got to make sure they keep their eyes in the backfield on them, but also don't get caught looking too far in the backfield, because they'll beat you with a big pass as well. So each of these two offensive minds and coaches, I'm sure they're going to be battling out strategies, what to do with the way the rain is coming in right now. It's misting still. The wind is what is making it feel a little bit more unpleasant than anything, because it is making it pretty cold with the wind anyway here in Hill City at the moment. As like I mentioned, we got here, probably an hour before kickoff, and probably 15 minutes into us setting up, it started to mist, and it has not quit misting since then. So it's been over an hour where it's just been misting almost, so it's certainly been one of those things where it's like, hey, we'd like it to go away, and I'm sure both teams would like it to go away. But as Oberlin was making their way onto the field, we were hearing the players chat, and they were like, hey, we hope it snows tonight. Like, this is so fun to play football in the rain, that is for sure. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back here on Red Devil Game Day, presented by Decatur Co-op, we sit down and talk with the head coach of the Red Devils, Blake Gehring. That's coming up next here on our Decatur Co-op Red Devil Game Day pregame show.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey, Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way.
Call Matt Osmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Norton counties.
Winter will be coming sooner than you think. It's time to start thinking about warmth and savings. Mid-Plains Energy offers propane delivery to keep your home cozy and your wallet happy. Sign up now to lock in the best rates. The earlier you join, the more you save. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, Mid-Plains Energy ensures reliable service and peace of mind. Mid-Plains Energy, your trusted partner for a warm winter. Call 785-678-2315 to learn more.
Let's get the thoughts from the head coach. It's time to talk with head coach Blake Gehring on Red Devil Game Day. Presented by Decatur Co-op.
Welcome back into our Decatur Co-op Red Devil Game Day pregame show. We get you set, ready to go for our district championship matchup tonight between the Oberlin Red Devils and the Hill City Ringnecks. And we're joined alongside with head coach of the Red Devils, Blake Gehring. And boy, coach, that's got to be a good sound to hear playing for a district championship. I know when you started, I'm sure in August, this is the position you wanted your team to be in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't ask to be in a better spot. This is what we've worked for. This is everything we've talked about, everything we've wanted, so we're definitely excited to have the opportunity to go try to win a district title.
And, boy, flipping it back to last week, took down a rival, the Rollins County Buffaloes, and we're up 46-6 there in the fourth quarter. I know they scored a few touchdowns down the stretch, but walked away with a 52-28 win. I guess what were your kind of overall thoughts, and after watching the film back from last week, how your team played?
Yeah, I was really pleased. I was really pleased with how we played. It was good to see, this time of year, you want to kind of see your team playing their best football. And I really think that we did that on Friday. I feel like that was probably our most complete game of the year so far. Offensively, defensively, I just thought our boys played really well. We knew we were going to have to play physical against Atwood because that's what they do. And, I was really pleased with, not only did we match their physicality, but I feel like we kind of set the tone even on both sides of the ball there. So, yeah, that was really good to see.
And, boy, we kind of talked about him after the game got over, but obviously you guys ran the ball so well, I thought, from beginning to finish. But Caden Sowers was really at the top of that. I know Josiah had a really, really good night, but it seemed like Caden, he was just mowing dudes over left and right. And we've talked about it, a few times throughout the year about how sneaky he is there in the backfield, that teams, kind of see him as a receiver, maybe not the best running back, but, man, he can run the football, can't he?
Yeah, for sure. And, that's kind of the thing with both of our backs is, we've talked about it during the games where it just seems like they get stronger. Well, I feel like they're getting stronger as the season goes on. I really feel like Caden, he's such a tough runner. We've talked about how he just hits the hole so fast and, he runs so hard. But he's really been explosive here these last couple weeks, and he looks faster than what he did at the start of the year. So, that's great to see.
And we've talked about it a couple of times, but how well they both complement each other, I think, is something that you guys use as a weapon very well. You hand it off to Joe 3 or 4 times, and then maybe you're forced with a third and short. Joe's a bit tired. Give it to Caden. I mean, the fact that you can work both of them in there in the backfield is huge for weaponry back there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Like you said, they complement each other so well. People kind of forget, that Joe gets all those tough yards. I mean, he's carrying the ball over 20 times a game. And, I know there's nothing sexy about a 3-4 yard run, but there is to us. We'll take those all day, and he does a great job. So and then Caden comes in and he gets those tough yards on 3rd, 4th, and short. And last week he was hitting the big ones. So they really just complement each other because I feel like they're both so well rounded. They can catch the ball. We haven't got Joe the ball a whole lot through the air this year, but they both can catch it. They both can break the big play. They both can get you tough yards. So it's definitely a treat to have two of those guys like that in the backfield.
And you kind of mentioned it, Josiah. It seems like every single week he's got 20, almost 30 carries, and there's not too many backs in the state of Kansas, especially an 8-man, that can do that because that takes a toll on the body throughout the game. But he's just stronger and stronger as it goes, and that's just a credit to how Joe plays, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like you said, there's not a lot of guys that can do that. But, Josiah, there was a time last week where I asked him, "Hey, you good?" And he looked at me and said, "I'm always good." There's not, and that was probably after his 25th carry of the game. So there's not a lot of guys that can do that. And he's not just getting the easy touches. Like I said, he's grinding in there for us, keeping us ahead of the chains. His job is definitely not the easiest job in the world, but he does a great job at it.
And, boy, offensively this year, we kind of saw it again last week, kind of towards the tail end of the half. You guys are faced with a big third down and long, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 10-plus situation. You're able to convert that and then turn it into a touchdown. I felt like you guys have been really good at that, of being in 3rd and long, situations where you don't want to be in, converting them, and then turning it into positives with points. And obviously, if you can do that as we make our way into the postseason here, that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I just feel like, it comes down to execution. It comes down to, kind of our prep, what we do throughout the week for situations like that. We know we're always going to have a few plays. We don't have very many 3rd and 20 plays,
Yeah.
but we got some plays that we feel can get a chunk. And, it's really nice to have. I feel like that's super deflating for their defense, too, as they feel like they finally get us backed up. And then we're able to hit a big play and get ourselves out of that hole. And especially there right at the end of half, that was a huge point in the game for us to be able to go do that because, it's a 10-point game. We end up to go down and score and then get the ball right out of half. So that was a huge moment in the game. It was definitely a big time for us to go execute right there.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit to your quarterback back there. I know we talk about Joe and Caden and Gage and how much they help your offense, but I felt like Brady this season, his first full year as a true starter, and we've talked about him a few times, but his presence in the pocket to make those big downfield throws for you, to know he's got Gage or somebody down there. I mean, he's played very well this season, hasn't he?
He really has, and he's done his job good. We talked about it at the beginning of the year that his job was just going to be the point guard and get all these good athletes that we have and all these good skill guys that we have the ball when they need it and when they're supposed to have it. And, he's done a really good job of that. I feel like he's just growing as the season goes on. You kind of mentioned it there. His pocket presence last game was huge. There was a couple times where, he had to step up in the pocket. He didn't panic. He kept his eyes downfield and was able to make some throws downfield. So, that's been really good to see.
And defensively, another great week for you. Obviously, I thought your defense really set the tone, force them to go 3 and out. You guys go 3 and out. They get another 3 and out. It was kind of one of those things to continually get you guys, your offense, the ball back where you can score, and then you turn it into a 16-0 lead. I mean, that's what you want the defense to go out there and do. And I know it's easier said than done to go out there and get stops, but man, your defense has stepped up for you huge, and kind of those situations where you want the ball back, right?
Yeah, they really have, and they've done. I feel like they've done a great job all year. They've really given our offense multiple opportunities to go put points on the board. There hasn't been a whole lot of time where we're playing from behind, which works right into our hands. They've just done a really good job. And that was a good football team. They run the ball really well. And but I feel like that's been one of our strengths all year on defenses. We've been able to stop the run. We've been able to contain some really good run teams when they try to run the ball right at us.
Yeah, and you mentioned stopping the run. That's kind of something I've noticed throughout the year. You guys have been very, very sound in stopping the run and kind of knowing the option and staying home and stuff like that. But, boy, your DNs this year have been huge for you, getting in the backfield, too, with Theo and Rustin, and you throw Caden and Gus in there. It just seems like anybody that you get up there, they're getting in the backfield and wreaking havoc, and that's what you want those guys up front to do, right?
Yeah, it really is. Theo's been solid all year. He's played his tail off every Friday. And I thought Rustin Bailey, I thought he had his best game last Friday. I thought he played really well. So that was good to see. We got Cohen's been playing well on the other D end, and we got Mitchell Wasson back from injury, and he got mixed in there a little bit. So I know that felt good for him to get back in there. And we've talked about it all year. Those guys up front, defensively, they set the tone for us. They make everybody's job easy. They keep blockers off of our inside backers, and they get pressure on the quarterback for our DBs to go make some plays. So, I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, and boy, you guys, I feel like anytime, you stop the run, obviously going to force them to pass. And in those situations, you guys have been so good as well. Obviously, that's a whole unit when, the opposing team's going to pass. You got to get a good pass rush that leads to maybe an interception from your linebackers or your DBs. And just in those situations to get them off the field and especially go up against a pass play where they're maybe looking for a big play is a credit to your defense on how good they've been this year, right?
Yeah, it really is, and I think it comes down to just them knowing their assignment and being disciplined in that. There's times where, especially against a team like Atwood, where it would be easy to get your eyes in the backfield and try to creep up and help stop the run. Instead of doing your job and, whatever that may be in the pass responsibility. But, I think they've done a great job of that for the most part all year, and we just need to continue to do that.
And so now you go into this week, obviously, kind of know everything that comes with it, district championship on the line. Is that something you mentioned to the kids, like, hey, we're playing for a district championship, obviously, this week, but are you telling them, hey, we got to block out some of that noise and just go out and play football, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a fine line there. I think it's good to let them know. We talked about it. We talked about it last week. If we beat Atwood, we give ourselves a chance to go play for a district title, and so we've talked about it some this week too. But we've also talked about nothing really matters other than what happens in our huddle. Between us. Nobody knows how hard we work. Nobody knows what we're doing other than us. And so we got to block out the outside noise, and we just got to go 1-0. We've been saying that all district play is just go 1-0 each week, and everything's going to work out. So yeah, we've talked about it, but there's definitely a fine line there.
And man, you get a tough team to play that district championship up against Hill City. I mean, they're everything that they look like on paper, and I'm sure on film they look like that too. They're a high explosive offense. They play physical defense. I mean, couldn't ask for a better team to end out the regular game against. And I know the head coach a little bit down there as well. So it's going to be a good battle, and they got some great athletes over there, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, and, it just seems like every single year Hill City's playing in big football games, and that's a testament to Coach Davian and what he's done over there in Hill City. But, they've got great athletes too. Their quarterback he's really good. At extending plays and making guys miss, and they just got multiple guys that they can give the ball to. And like you said, defensively, they're physical. It's definitely going to be a good matchup. Offensively, I feel like one of the things they do best is, they run the ball, but they do a really good job of finding opportunities to hit big plays when they can as well. So, it's going to be a good battle. But like you said, we wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, how much better could it be? It's football weather outside. It's Friday night. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that the fall air's crisp, and playoff football's right around the corner, and that's something to embrace, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just what an opportunity to play in a game like this. Like I mentioned, Hill City's been there and done that before. here in the past. And, me as a first-year head coach, I haven't really had this opportunity. And then I feel like, it's been a while for Oberlin to play in a game like this, so kind of like you mentioned with, the pressure of it is, sometimes we just got to step back and, enjoy the moment too, because it's a pretty cool time for Red Devil football.
Well, Coach, thanks for being able to sit down and chat. We always appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Say no to bad roofs. Say yes to AquaShield Roofing. With over 17 years of providing A-plus services. Roofs, siding, gutters, windows, doors, and spray foam insulation. Plus, AquaShield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call at 785-475-2533. AquaShieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors that get the job done right, or the Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your Colby Ag Center for a demo today. Colby Ag Center, your local Cub Cadet dealer at 305 East Horton.
1, 2, what do I do? 3, 4, dents in my door. 5, 6, get them fixed. 7, 8, make them straight. 9, 10, paint it again.
Got a dent, scratch, or crunch? Don't stress it. Bring it to Creative Collision, where they make child's play out of bodywork. Stop in on North Highway 83 in Oberlin, Kansas, or call 785-470-2130.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey, Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way.
Call Matt Osmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Norton counties.
Ever wonder why some people have a spring in their step? It's simple. Fuel. Quality fuel from Decatur Co-op. Without the right fuel, your day can feel like a drag. But with Decatur Co-op's premium Fieldmaster diesel or unleaded fuel delivered straight to you, those days of sluggish starts are over. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, they keep you moving. Check out their bulk fuel delivery today. Premium fuel and service you deserve at Decatur Co-op, with a location near you.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here from Hill City, where we're just about under 5 minutes away from kickoff between the Hill City Ringnecks and the Oberlin Red Devils for the District 8 title here tonight. And the Hill City Ringnecks have just made their way out onto the field, wearing all red. Had quite the interest with the Hill City flag and their American flag. Beautiful field here. If you've never been to Hill City, one of my favorite places to come, honestly. It's such a great grandstand that they got, other than the fact that we're outside in the rain right now, but still a great place to come. They got a nice, beautiful red track that goes all the way around the football field that sits east to west. You have quite a few Oberlin faithful over on the other sideline, quite a few cars over there as well. I'm sure a few of them tuning in to the YouTube channel, maybe even the radio station as well. Hill City going through some final warm-ups here and final touches. Oberlin standing on the north sideline in their white jerseys over there right now, and they are kind of loosening up, doing some calisthenics over on the side, trying to stay warm as well, as we're still just a few minutes away here from each team making their way out to the 40-yard line and going through the coin toss. But like I mentioned, kind of when we set the stage for tonight's game, the biggest factor in tonight's game is going to be running the football and stopping the run and trying to stay dry. If you can, I know it's going to be tough with the way the mist is making its way in here, and like I mentioned, it is misty still. Every once in a while it'll go away and you think it's gone and then it'll come back, and right now it's just a little slight mist, not as bad as it has been, but certainly enough. And as you look out up into the lights, you can tell the fog has made its way in. It's really gotten even more foggy since we got here too, as there's a field out behind the football field here, and there were some horses over there. You could see them at the beginning of the game. And I know it's getting a little bit darker, but the fog has kind of covered them up as well. So it's certainly getting foggy. It's misty. It's a little bit rainy. It's a little bit wet. It's going to be an interesting game here tonight, that is for sure, from Hill City for a District 8 title. Couldn't ask for anything else. And kind of my always saying is, as we get closer and closer to playoff football here, is to get a state title in your trophy case at the end of the year, you're going to have to play one game in bad weather, whether that means rain, snow, sleet, or you got to wait out a long thunderstorm delay, something like that, or it's just going to be extremely cold. Well, tonight it is misty. It is a little bit chilly as well. Anytime that wind does, a little bit of a gust does pop up every once in a while, it does get a little bit chilly, but other than that, beautiful night for football. 55 degrees currently here as we sit. It'll drop down, I'm sure, into the mid-40s by the end of the game tonight. But each team about ready to go out and go through the coin toss. Captains tonight for the Red Devils, Josiah Pattengall and Gage Willoughby out there to shake hands with the opponent. Christian Smith Titus and Josiah Pattengall out there Gage is out there with Josiah as the captains, and they shake hands with the Ringnecks. Like I mentioned, stopping the run game tonight, that is going to be the huge factor for either team. All right, let's take you through our starting lineups here tonight as they are about ready to flip the coin up, and we're just a few minutes away here from kickoff between Oberlin and Hill City.
Tonight's captains for the Red
As
Devils, number 6, Gage Willoughby.
let's start with our starting lineups on the offensive side of the football for the Oberlin Red Devils. On the offensive line, it'll be 5'11", 220-pound junior Gus Emick, 6', 230-pound junior Caden Shaw, and 6', 205-pound junior Rustin Bailey. At the quarterback spot for the Red Devils, 5'10", 140-pound sophomore Brady Gehring. Brady, 39 of 66 on the year. That's 59%, 685. Throwing 11 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Running back tonight, Josiah Pattengall, 5'8", 180-pound junior. Also could see Caden Sowers at the running back spot or out in the slot. He's 5'8", 160 pounds, and a sophomore. Gage Willoughby, 6', 170-pound junior. The receiver tight end tonight for the Red Devils either be Mitchell Wasson or Cohen Anderson. Could see a little bit of both of them. Offensive starters for the Hill City Ringnecks tonight. On the offensive line, 6', 240-pound junior Mitchell Presley. On the offensive line as well, Kobe Keysweater, 6', 230-pound senior, and Aiden Hall, 5'8", 220-pound senior. Very experienced line up front, that is for sure. At the quarterback spot, Tate Balthazar, 5'10", 155-pound senior, 38 of 62 on the year for 61%. The coin has been flipped. Oberlin won the toss and chose to defer to the second half, so Hill City will start with the football, moving right to left on this east-west facing field. Finish up our starting lineups for the Ringnecks on the offensive side of the ball. At the running back spots, Slade Rohr, 5'9", 172-pound junior, and Tyler Ashbaugh, 5'9", 164-pound senior. Tight ends tonight, 5'9", 170-pound senior Jackson Smith, and 6'5", 230-pound senior Vincent Zonner as well here tonight for the Hill City Ringnecks. Defensively for the Red Devils and the Ringnecks tonight, starting out for the Red Devils, 6', 205-pound junior Rustin Bailey. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish our starting lineups and have kickoff here from Hill City.
Decatur County Beef in Oberlin, Kansas wants to do business with the local farmers. They need high moisture corn, silage, and hay now, and dry corn now through October. Decatur County Beef offers very competitive prices, always looking for good help. Give Decatur County Beef a call. You'll be glad you did. That's Decatur County Beef, just north of Oberlin on Highway 83.
At
At Decatur Health Radiology, the 3D mammography truck brings breast imaging directly into our community. This mobile service provides screening mammograms that may help detect early breast changes. Imaging results are reviewed by board-certified radiologists and shared with providers as part of patient care. By hosting the mobile unit, Decatur Health supports local access to important breast health screenings. Learn more about upcoming 3D mammography truck visits at decaturhealth.org.
Farm Credit of Western Kansas is synonymous with giving back to the community and its members. Whether it's attending events such as wheat plot tours, serving on various boards and committees, volunteering at local county fairs, or delivering $5.5 million in cash patronage checks, Farm Credit of Western Kansas is community driven. Stop in at 1190 South Range in Colby or one of our convenient outpost offices. Farm Credit of Western Kansas, financing ag for generations.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Hill City, where we're just about set and ready to go for tonight's matchup between the Oberlin Red Devils and the Hill City Ringnecks. Running you through your defensive starters really quick on the defensive side of the ball for the Red Devils. Up front, Rustin Bailey, Gus Emick, Theo Butterfield. Linebackers, Caden Sowers, Josiah Pattengall. And in the secondary, Christian Smith, Titus Gage, Willoughby, and Brady Gehring. Defensively for the Ringnecks tonight, it'll be Vincent Zoner, Eden Hall, and Kobe Keysweater up front. Linebackers Slade Rohr and Briggs Bourne. And the secondary, Tyler Ashbaugh, Tate Balthazar, and Ryan Buddig. The starting defensive starters there for the Hill City Ringnecks. All right, we're just about set and ready to go. Each team has trotted out onto the field. Gage Willoughby has the ball teed up at the 30. Red Devils stretched out across the 25-yard line, wearing the red jerseys, gray pants, red numbers, gray helmets with that trident on the side. And they'll kick off to the Hill City Ringnecks, who will move from the right to left. This kick will go all the way to the 5-yard line, taken right back up the middle of the football field, and slipping out of a tackle before finally being wrapped up and brought down just across the 25, nearing the 30-yard line there, is Vince for the Ringnecks. Is Smith on the return there. That was Jackson Smith on the return for the Ringnecks. All right. We are set and ready to go here from Hill City. District 8 championship on the line. The mist still falling, and wouldn't ask for anything else as well. And like I mentioned, we're going to see what either team wants to do offensively tonight with the way the mist has been falling. So first possession for the Ringnecks starts first down and 10 from their 27. Balthazar under center. He's got a couple of running backs back there, and he's looking to take it. No, there's a fumble on the field, and it looks like the Red Devils have it, and they do! Oberlin taking the first possession away from the Ringnecks as they fumbled the snap. And so the football, which might have been a little bit wet, got fumbled there by the Ringnecks, and now the officials are looking for a dry ball to get out there, and they're still waiting now. They finally got it down, but Oberlin will take over with the football. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line. It was a big commotion right up in the middle, and it looked like a fumbled snap from the Ringnecks, and so Oberlin will take over with the football. First down and 10 from the Ringneck 29-yard line. Gehring out of the shotgun. Pattengall on his left hip. One receiver to the near side is Willoughby. Takes the snap, hands it off. Josiah looking to turn the corner, and he's flushed and brought down in the backfield for a 3 or 4 yard loss. Running right in there to ring him up and bring him down is Slade Rohr, as he saw that handoff was going to Josiah no matter what, and ran back right there and wraps him up and brings him down for quite the loss. It'll bring up first, second, and long for the Red Devils. I'd say second and 15 for the Red Devils. 11:36 to go in the first quarter of play. Gehring out of the shotgun. Pattengall on his hip, sends Sowers in motion left to right across the line. Gehring takes the snap, hands it off. Josiah up the middle, got a hole. He's out across the 30, still on his feet to the 25, pushing defenders with him as he makes his way inside the 25-yard line at about the 24.
Pattengall and the ball carrier, Rohr on the stop.
So that'll make it third down here and 5 for the Red Devils with 11:10 to go in counting the first quarter of play. Oberlin at getting the football right after the first play of scrimmage from the Ringnecks as they fumbled the opening snap of the game. Red Devils hopped on top of it. A loss and now a big gain right there from Josiah. Out of the shotgun is Brady Gehring. Man on his hip takes the snap, hands it off. Caden Sowers running it up the middle. He's got some room with a big hole. Gets out to the 20. Needed to get to about the 19 for the first down. So fourth and decision time here for Blake Gehring. Obviously going to go for it, but do you want to put it in the air or do you want to keep it on the ground? I'm sure. And Caden Sowers gets up hobbling a little bit. Like I mentioned, it is a little bit chilly even without the rain and the wind, and then you put the wind in there as well. It makes it certainly a little bit cool as well, so maybe those hits hurting a little bit more. Certainly that is for sure. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Patton Gall in his left hip. One receiver to the far side, fourth down and 1 for the Red Devils from the Ringneck 20. Takes the snap, and we got a flag, and someone jumped, and it's going to be the Red Devils, so that'll force them back 5 yards. So Oberlin will move backwards 5 yards here, and that'll make this fourth down play going to be an interesting one for Oberlin, as it'll be 4th and 6 from the 30-yard line is where they mark it. Need to get to the 19 for the first down. Oberlin hopped on the football after Balthazar, the quarterback for the Ringnecks, fumbled the opening snap of the game. Red Devils went backwards on their first play, got a big gain from Josiah and Caden Sowers, but now on 4th down and 7, they call it here. Out of the shotgun is Gehring, got a man on his left hip, 2 receivers to the near side. Gehring takes the snap, dropping back to pass, still looking, throws it out into the flat pass, caught by Gage Willoughby, looking to turn the corner. He's not going to be able to on the far side of the field, trying to get back to the 20-yard line. He was wrapped up and brought down. Brady did a good job dropping back pretty far there to get that one off, but Gage just wasn't able to turn the corner. And it'll bring up first down and 10 for the Ringnecks after the turnover on downs. So the Ringnecks have not made it out past the 40-yard line into Oberlin territory. They've ran one play. It went for a fumble. Oberlin turns it over on downs deep in Hill City territory. And the Ringnecks take over at their own 21, first down and 10 with 9:43 in the first quarter. Balthazar takes the snap. It's a low one at his legs. He gets it, runs off to the near side, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Had a little bit of running room. So he had some blockers out in front, but Josiah Patton Gall was able to shed his blocker and get Balthazar down for a short gain. It'll bring up second down at about 8 here for the Ringnecks with 9:25 and counting to go in quarter number 1. Nothing game. Oberlin hopped on the turnover from Hill City to start the game, but now Hill City running a successful play there. Balthazar under center. He's got a man behind him in the backfield as a running back, one receiver to the near side. He fumbled the snap again! And the Red Devils might have hopped on top of this one. No, they're saying Hill City was able to get on top of it. So Balthazar, with the way this football is wet and the field is wet tonight, they are certainly going to have to find a way to hold on to the football. And like I mentioned, it might change up each team's offensive tactic. Oberlin threw a pass there and completed it, but that time Balthazar just trying to get it into the backfield, and one of his running backs almost fumbled it again as well. Balthazar will go under center here. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass, fakes once, looking to throw back to the near side. He's flushed out of the pocket. Red Devils swarming him. The throw was up. It's almost intercepted. Caden Sowers was there, but he just didn't get his hands up in time. It was going to be a screen play to the near side. Red Devils sniffed that out, and then they were able, and then all Balthazar could do was throw that up and hope someone was available on the other side of the field. No one was. So Oberlin stands tall right there, and so Oberlin stands tall, and the Ringnecks will have to punt the ball away from their own 23-yard line, they call it. We're only able to gain a couple of yards on that possession. Here's the snap and the punt. It'll be a high end-over-end punt. That's Caden Sowers fumbles right at the 20-yard line through his hands. Who's got on top of it? There was a white jersey that got there too, along with a red jersey for the Ringnecks, and Oberlin turns the ball right back over. So after forcing the Ringnecks off the field, Oberlin's Caden Sowers fumbles the football. And so Oberlin's Caden Sowers fumbles the football there. And now Hill City will take over first down and 10 from the Oberlin 22. Balthazar out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his left hip, 2 receivers to the far side and over to the near. Oberlin forced him off the field on a 3 and out, and then fumbling the punt was Caden Sowers there from the 20-yard line. Like I mentioned, it is a wet night tonight, and that football is wet for sure, and the Ringnecks are going to go off sides, as in the backfield was Slade Rohr with Tate Balthazar. Balthazar clapped his hands, and Rohr took off trying to run the play, and that'll move him back 5 yards, so Oberlin will take that. And I do apologize about the scoreboard there, as Oberlin's in blue and Hill City's in green. We'll try to get that fixed when we can. Out of the shotgun here is Balthazar. Got a man on his hip, takes the snap, running it off the left side, spins off a defender, still on his feet as he dives his way towards the original first down marker. It'll bring up second down and 11. So 8:03 to go here in the first quarter of play. A couple of turnovers, one from either team. And on the hurry up here are the Ringnecks. Balthazar out of the shotgun, one receiver to the far side, couple of men stacked on the far side of the line as well. Empty backfield as Balthazar takes a step back. No, this is going to be a QB direct snap to Tyler Ashbaugh. He goes off the right side. He's at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he streaks into the end zone for the touchdown. So Hill City opens up the game with a score from Tyler Ashbaugh, and the Ringnecks take a 6-0 lead after the Caden Sowers fumble at the 20. 21-yard score right there for Tyler Ashbaugh. And so the Ringnecks open up this district championship game with a score from Tyler Ashbaugh, and they're going for 2 here. So Ringnecks going for 2, a 6-0 lead with 7:39 to go in the first quarter. Balthazar back at quarterback, stands back there, takes a snap, looking, jump pass, and he almost threw an interception, but it falls short in the back of the end zone, in the front of the end zone, I should say. He was looking for Zahner up front there. We got a timeout of the field. We'll take one with them. 6-0 lead in favor of the Ringnecks here with 7:39 to go in the first quarter on KFNF.
Insurance, it seems like you can never have enough. And when it comes to peace of mind, it's good to have the right insurance in place. Frederickson Insurance Agency in Oberlin can help you do just that. Frederickson's can help with supplemental insurance for your home, farm, business, auto, and yes, even your crop. Frederickson's will help you find the best plan from the best companies. Insurance, get the best from Frederickson Insurance Agency next to the Landmark in downtown Oberlin. 785-475-3883.
Transforming your kitchen is a big step. Where do you start? Step into the beautiful showroom at Kitchen Solvers on East B Street in McCook, and they will expertly guide you toward the cabinets, countertops, tile, and flooring that are a reflection of you. Full kitchen remodel or simple upgrade, they can help. Just need material? They'll get it ordered. Need help with install? They can do it. Reach out to Kitchen Solvers and they can get you back into a working kitchen in 5 days. Kitchen Solvers, find what inspires you.
Squib kick right up the middle. Red Devils able to fall on top of it as the Ringnecks open up this District 8 championship game with the lead 6-0 with 7:37 to go here in the first quarter of play. And once again, I do apologize for those of you watching on the YouTube channel. The scoreboard a little bit messed up. Just bear with me. Whenever I get a little more than a minute here, I'll try to fix it. But it is a 6-0 lead for the Ringnecks here in the first quarter of play. Oberlin takes over first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 7:37 to go in the first quarter. Gehring out of the shotgun, sends Sowers in motion right to left across the line, takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah bottled up right there at the line of scrimmage, still carrying his legs, and is able to get out maybe a yard or two, and that will bring up second down at about 9 here for the Red Devils with 7:20 to go in the first quarter of play and counting. So Brady Gehring running the play in. Once again, you got to bear with us here. The rain, the mist coming down has kind of thrown everything how we do everything usually off a little bit tonight, so just bear with us. 7:05 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 8. Oberlin with the football from the 32-yard line of their own. Gehring out of the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah left side, got a big hole, still on his feet, but then he ended up slipping as he got hit right up front there by Zahner, and then he was able to get off of that, bounce back out to the near side hash, and was able to get out across the 35, and it looked like he was going to continue to go in, but just slipped a little bit and fell down on the ground to the 36. Brings up 3rd down and 4 here for the Red Devils, down 6-0 in quarter one of the district championship game. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Patton Gall on his left hip, 2 receivers to the near side. Takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah cuts back up the middle, lowers his shoulder, gets out across the first down marker at the 40 to the 39 of the Ringnecks, and the Hill and Oberlin is back in business with a 1st down and 10 with 6:21 to go with the first quarter of play, and they have moved into Hill City territory. Oberlin's first drive started because the Ringnecks fumbled the football at their own 29-yard line. Oberlin took over there, drove down inside the 20, but then, or I guess close to the 20-yard line, but ended up turning over on downs. Hill City, the next possession, went 3 and out, then a fumbled punt led to the touchdown. Gehring out of the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah trying to turn the corner. He's at the 40, still on his feet, 35, chucks the defender, and makes his way out inside the 35 to the 33-yard line with 5:55 to go in the first quarter of play. So Josiah Patton Gall with a good little gain right there off the near side, got the corner, and the first instinct he had was just sprint as hard as you can to the sideline and turn the corner once you get there, and that worked for the Red Devils. So Oberlin with the football still, 2nd down and 4 from the Ringneck 34-yard line, down 6-0 in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun is Gehring. He's got Patton Gall on his left hip, 1 receiver to the far side, nobody on the near. Sends Sowers in motion, left to right across the line. Gehring takes the snap, hands it off. Josiah up the middle, weaving his way between defenders, gets close to that 1st down marker. They give him a little generous spot. Now they pull it back, and it's only going to end up being a gain of about a yard or 2. So it'll force 3rd down, and I'd say a good long yard and a half, maybe even 2 yards. They're going to call it 2 on the scoreboard from the Ringneck 32-yard line. The sticks sit right at the 30. See what Oberlin wants to do here. They have thrown 1 pass today to Gage Willoughby, but he wasn't able to turn it into a 1st down. But now it's 3rd down and 2 here. I'd expect this to go to Joe. As Gehring goes out of the shotgun, he's got Patton Gall on his left hip, 1 receiver to the far side. Gehring, snap back at the chest, hands it off. Josiah weaving his way, spins off a defender, tries to get to the line of gain, and he's wrapped up and brought down even before he gets there. Lost about a half yard. And like I mentioned, those guys up front for the Red Devils tonight have got to be huge, as it is a strong and big defensive line for the Ringnecks, and they are rearing their ugly head there on those short situations. It's now 4th down and 3, 4:46 to go in the first quarter of play, 6-0 in favor of the Ringnecks here in quarter number 1. Running the play in is Brady Gehring, as he will go under center, as he will bring it into the huddle here. Red Devils break it up with the football on the near hash. 4th down and 3 from the 33. They're 0 for 1 on 4th downs today. Gehring out of the shotgun. Ringnecks looking like they're bringing a blitz, and we got a timeout of the field. And I think Coach Gehring saw that they were going to bring a blitz and didn't like the play call, so he calls the timeout. We got a timeout of the field. We'll take one with them. 4th down and 3 when we come back for the Red Devils from the Ringneck 33. 6-0 Hill City here in quarter number 1 on KFNF.
Banking should be simple and convenient. With FNB Bank, it is. Whether online, by phone, or with a debit card, accessing your money has never been easier. Imagine managing your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go with just a few taps. FNB Bank in Oberlin, Kansas makes it all possible, ensuring you have control of your banking 24/7. Experience the convenience of modern banking with FNB Bank. Visit fnbbank.com today.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
4:21 left in quarter number 1 in this district championship on a wet and rainy night from Hill City. It's been misting practically from about 5:15 on and continues to mist. And it's led to a couple of turnovers so far in the early going, but Oberlin faced with their second fourth down of the game from the ring neck 33 this time, 4th and 3. Gehring out of the shotgun. Patton Gall on his left hip. Sowers behind him, takes a snap, hands it off. Caden going off left side, tries to jump up and over a defender, and he will be leveled when he tried to do that. Slade Rohr comes in with the tackle along with Bourne, and so that will send the Red Devils off the field offensively again, as they've had 2 drives, both of them turnover on downs in Hill City territory, and that time the Red Devils did move the ball quite well from their own 20 all the way into ring neck territory at the 33, but not able to get a fourth down conversion there, and they give the ball back to Hill City, who leads 6-0 from the near side hash. Ashbaugh out of the shotgun, one man on his right hip, takes a snap, QB design run, right side, cuts back up the middle. Someone's got him, and he's still able to escape them almost there. Christian Smith-Titus came in and had him wrapped up at the hips, and he was able to escape him and finally was able to be brought down by Theo Butterfield as well. 3:58 to go in the first quarter, 2nd and 6 now for the Ringnecks from their own 37-yard line. Ashbaugh out of the shotgun. It's Balthazar out of the shotgun. He's got Ashbaugh on his right hip, and the Red Devils are going to jump, or somebody's going to jump off sides, as both sides are going to be making their way in. Like I mentioned, it is still misting here in Hill City, and it has been misting all game, all pregame and into the game here, and it's going to probably continue throughout the game. They're going to say that Hill City was the one that jumped off sides first. That'll move them back 5 yards. Good for the Red Devil defense there, as they'll take over, as the Ringnecks, I should say, will have a 2nd down and 11. So Ringnecks with a 2nd down at 11, working from the middle part of the field here at about the 31-yard line. Balthazar to the shotgun. He's got Ashbaugh on his right hip, takes a snap. QB keeper up the middle. He's able to break one tackle, still on his feet as he gets out across the 35. Still plowing ahead before he's finally pushed over and down right there. Rustin Bailey was the one to finally wrap him up and bring him down, but Balthazar was going to keep those legs moving as long as he could. So from 3rd and 12 to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 maybe. Pickup of 6 right there for Balthazar. And Hill City will have a good position here as they have 3rd and 6 from their own 37-yard line. Balthazar out of the I formation, under center, takes the snap, pitches out to the outside, cutting back, got some running room off the far side of the field. 35 all the way to the Red Devil 30-yard line before being wrapped up and brought down is Tyler Ashbaugh, number 11, was able to find a great little crease there on the halfback pitch to him, and he was able to get out across the 40, pick up the first down easily, and get into Red Devil territory, deep into Red Devil territory at the 30-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for the Ringnecks from the Oberlin 30-yard line. Balthazar barking out signals to his offensive line as the Ringnecks try to go a little bit of a hurry-up offense here. Balthazar now out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his left hip, Ashbaugh, one receiver to the near side, takes a snap, hands it off. No, this is Rohr left side, had a crease, and wrapping up and bringing him down by his shoelaces there is Cohen Anderson. Slade Rohr with a good carry off the left side, near side I should say, and is able to pick up a few yards to make 2nd down and 5. 2:20 to go in the first quarter of play. Hill City continues to drive with a 6-0 lead. They scored their first drive. They scored their first touchdown after an Oberlin turnover. This time we're able to turn over the Red Devils on downs and are now trying to turn this into a touchdown as well. Out of the shotgun here is Balthazar. One receiver to the near side. Man on his hip is Rohr in the backfield. Takes a snap, looking to throw it. Now he cuts back to the other side, racing off the far side of the field to the 15, to the 10, still on his feet there. He's wrapped up and brought down, and that looked like a QB-designed run, but they had a receiver on the near side in Ashbaugh who kind of ran a little curl route, and that deceived every Red Devil as they were all flocking to the near side of the field, and Balthazar just took off around the other side and gets a goal-to-go situation after a big pickup right there. It's 1st down and goal now for the Ringnecks from the Red Devil 7-yard line. Can the Red Devil D come up with a big stop here? Balthazar out of the shotgun. Rohr on his hip, takes a snap, fakes it off to Rohr left side. He's wrapped up, got through a defender, and makes his way almost into the end zone for a touchdown. They mark him about a length of the football short, and it'll bring up second down and goal. I think that was Cohen Anderson that had him kind of right in the chest right away, and Balthazar was just able to continue to move those legs and run right through Cohen, who runs off the field here. And Hill City bringing a little bit of a heavier set package in as well with a couple of tight ends on either side. Balthazar out of the shotgun, takes a snap, QB run, right side, and he slips into the end zone for the touchdown. So Hill City, couple of touchdowns, one from Ashbaugh, the other from Balthazar, and they lead 12-0 with 1:08 to go here in quarter number 1. So Hill City will go for the two-point conversion. Once again, missed their first time up there. This time, Balthazar will go under center. Ashbaugh at the tip of the eye, a roar between them. So he goes under center, takes the snap, looking, pitches out to Ashbaugh. Got blockers in front, and he gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So the Ringnecks capitalize on the turnover from downs from the Red Devils and turn it into 8. It's 14-0 Hill City and the district championship game. 14-0 Hill City in front here on KFNF.
They say defense wins championships, and in business, it's no different. With cyber threats and data interceptions, you need a solid tech lineup that defends your business every day. At Nextech, we provide technology solutions that keep your operations locked down. Call Nextech, your business technology defense, at 800-588-6649 or visit next-tech.com/cybersecurity. Nextech, local, trusted, reliable.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Hill City. District championship tonight for the Red Devils. Not the way they wanted to start, down 14-0. Hill City opened up the game with a turnover that stuck the Red Devils deep in the Ringneck territory. They went 3 and out there. Then Hill City went 3 and out. Or I should say Oberlin turned it over on downs, and Hill City went 3 and out. Then a fumbled punt set up the first score from the Ringnecks. Oberlin 4 and out again. And then that leads to another score after another turnover on downs. So the Red Devils, couple of possessions, 2 turnovers on downs. This kick right up the middle, and it will be taken at the 5-yard line by Gage Willoughby. He cuts back to the near side, looking to spin off the defender, and he will be wrapped up and brought down with a short return out to about the 15-yard line. So that's where Oberlin will start with the football. First down and 10. And like I mentioned, that mist continues to fall here at Ringneck Stadium as it is not let up.
From their own 15.
So Oberlin will start with the football, first down and 10 from the 15. Had a good drive going. Their last drive that took them deep into Ringneck territory. Not deep, but still into Ringneck territory where they went turnover on downs. Gehring out of the shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the near side, takes a snap, no, hands it off to Josiah, who was back there. He was just standing right next to Brady and gets quite a few yards, about 5 of them. He's able to go right off the tackle up the middle to about the 20-yard line. It'll be wrapped up and brought down there. Second down and 5 now with 48 seconds to go. 14-0 in the first quarter of play. Oberlin down by 2 scores, looking to punch it into the end zone here. Oberlin has thrown 1 pass today, and the Ringnecks have thrown none, and neither team I don't think is going to want to. Josiah Pattengall's jersey looking pretty muddy already. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his left hip. That's Josiah Pattengall. Takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall looking to get up the middle. He's able to crack a defender and take a couple more cracks as well as he dives forward for a short gain of 2 or 3. And it'll make third down at about 8 here for the Red Devils. And that'll be our final play of the quarter most likely. And that's what it looks like as the clock is ticking down. Red Devils are just going to let that clock tick down. And we are through 1 quarter here in tonight's district championship game between Oberlin and Hill City. It's the Ringnecks in front, 14-0 after 1 quarter here on KFNF.
Whether it's plants, animals, or us humans, we are all affected by what we eat, and it starts in our soil. Nutrient Ag Solutions has worked hard to find solutions for causes, not just symptoms, that strengthen soil, plant, and animal health, therefore increasing the efficiency and profitability on your farm. Nutrien will work to create a balanced approach for your soil, in turn boosting productivity in your crops. Healthier plants carry enhanced nutritional value for your crops and livestock. Call Nutrient Ag Solutions today to get started.
Oh, it's here! Football season! Ray's Grocery of Oberlin is excited too! Ray's Grocery knows you like football, but also everything that comes with it. Oh yeah, tailgating! Come into Ray's and get set up with all your supplies for a festive tailgate party. Delicious hamburgers, juicy steaks, all the produce you can handle, favorite drinks. It's all ready for you at Ray's Grocery. So get your tailgate on now. Shop stress-free with quality this football season at Ray's Grocery, downtown Oberlin.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Ringneck Stadium, home of the Hill City Ringnecks, where they lead over the Red Devils after 1 quarter of play in the district championship to claim the right of being the number 1 seed out of District 8. And so far, it is the Ringnecks holding that claim of 14-0 as we make over to the second quarter. Oberlin facing a 3rd and 3 right out of the gate from the Ringneck from their own 22. Out of the shotgun is Gehring. He's got Patton Gall on his left hip, trying to get the Ringnecks offside. Almost does. Now hands it off Josiah. Got big running room up the middle, across the first down marker for a first down, and all the way out to the 29-yard line. Great job by Brady, forcing kind of the Ringnecks offsides a little bit. They jumped back before they could throw the flag, and I think that was able to just get them on their heels enough that when he snapped the ball, they didn't know where it was going, and Josiah just runs it right up the gut for a nice pickup right there out to the 29-yard line. First down and 10 now for Oberlin from the 29-yard line of their own. Gehring will go out of the shotgun. He's got Patton Gall on his left hip, and one man behind him is Sowers. One receiver out to the far side of the field, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Caden. Looking to throw, the pass is deflected, back all the way inside the 15-yard line. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Brady Gehring was looking to the near side for Josiah Patton Gall on a little bit of a wheel route, and Oberlin, who has been the only team to attempt one pass today, attempts one there, and it almost ends badly. That could have been a strip sack for a touchdown possibly, but instead they say it was an incomplete pass, and Oberlin lucky at that as they keep the ball now second down and 10 from the 29-yard line. And I couldn't tell, it looked like that from the far side of the line there, that was probably Vincent Zoner with the almost strip sack and fumble. But instead he just knocked it right out. Gehring out of the shotgun now. He's got Patton Gall on his left hip. Sends Sowers in motion left to right across the line. Patton Gall takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah right side, wrapped up and still on his feet trying to get back to the line of gain. He's not going to be able to. Short loss there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Red Devils. So just when it seems like the drive for Oberlin gets going, Hill City comes up and just puts them dead in their tracks. And Oberlin's got to find a way. They've been able to move the ball every once in a while, but just haven't been able to here. So that'll force 3rd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Oberlin trying to find a way. They might have to go into the air here or find a different way to get the ball to Josiah. As out of the shotgun is Gehring. He's got Patton Gall on his right hip. A receiver, Gage Willoughby, stacked right on the line of the far side of the field. Sowers is there too, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. No, it goes to Josiah. No, around the outside to Gage Willoughby, and the Ringnecks read it, and wrapping him up and bringing him down right back at the line of scrimmage is Slade Rohr. So they faked me out, but not the Ringnecks, as they faked it there to Josiah right up the middle, went back to the outside to Gage Willoughby, who came right around the backside of Brady Gehring, handed off to him, and Slade Rohr read it and brings him down for no gain, and Oberlin will have to punt the football away as Gage Willoughby stands just at about the 20-yard line to attempt the punt, almost blocked. He's able to barely get it away, sends a high end-over-end punt that will take a bounce at the 25, roll to the 20, inside the 15, all the way down to the 11-yard line. So a good punt by Gage with 4 Hill City Ringneck defenders in his face, and he's able to get it off, and with 9:52 to go in the first half, Hill City will take over with the football, 1st down and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Apologize about the score. Everything's kind of been thrown off a little bit today. All right, 14-0. Sorry about that. 14-0. Hill City on top of Oberlin here as Hill City takes over from their own 11. Under center, Balthazar looking, pitches it out, and slipping in the backfield for a loss will be Ashbaugh. He had blockers out in front on a little pitch to him on the far side of the field, but Ashbaugh slipped as he tried to kind of cut back towards the hash. on the far side of the field, and Oberlin got lucky there because he had some blockers out in front, some green grass, but he slips. Like I mentioned, it rained a little bit this morning here in Hill City, and then it's been misting ever since we got here. Here's the snap, handoff, big hole off the near side, still with it, and making his way out across the 15, nearing the 20 there is Ashbaugh for a great pickup on second down. And Hill City is all of their whole team is wearing armbands. And so they call the play via the armband, and then they just set up real quick. Kind of makes it tough for the Red Devil defense to react and see what they're doing. It'll be a direct snap situation here, maybe to Ashbaugh, as he's got one receiver off to the near side, a couple of men stacked on the line towards the right. It is a direct snap to Ashbaugh. He's got some running over the 20, stiff arm to defender, still on his feet to the 25. He stepped out of bounds there, and it'll be a ring neck first down, though, as they move the sticks out to about the 25-yard line, where they'll take over first down and 10. And like I mentioned in the pregame show, just a creative team on how they get the ball to their offensive weapons. They've been doing that with direct snaps, pitches tonight as well. Balthazar out of the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off left side. Ashbaugh runs right into the back of his lineman, picks up a couple yards there as the Red Devils stop him short with just a 1-yard gain. Will make it second down and 9 here for the Ringnecks. Oberlin were able to get them off the field on their second drive of the game, 3 and out, and it was a fumble to open up the game. But the Ringnecks since then have put back-to-back scoring drives together and getting a good drive going here. 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Balthazar out of the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Ashbaugh, throws out in the flat, and the pass is dropped on the far side of the field. Jackson Smith had a lot of green grass in front of him on that far side as the Red Devils were all keyed in right there in the backfield, and Jackson Smith just slipped out from his tight end spot on the far side and found some open space there in the flat right at about the 30, but he drops the pass, and so Hill City will have set 3rd and 9 now from the 26. Big play for the Red Devils because this would almost certainly force a punt maybe. We'd see what Hill City wants to do there. But the Ringnecks have the football. 3rd and 9 from their own 26. Balthazar out of the shotgun, man on his right hip, 2 receivers to the near side, sends a man in motion, left to right across the line, takes a snap, looking to throw, throws the screen back up in the middle. It's to Smith at the 25, still on his feet, 30, far side 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. He'll be wrapped up and pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field by Christian Smith. Titus with a huge gain from his own 26 all the way deep into Red Devil territory to the 15-yard line. What a screen, and Balthazar just barely got that pass off, and it was a high jump pass that Jackson Smith was able to ring in this time as he just missed the pass before, but quickly in the hurry up here are the Ringnecks as Balthazar goes out of the shotgun, man on his right hip, heavy set line towards the right, takes a snap, QB run off the right side, he's got a hole, but he's wrapped up and brought down right there. Great job by Caden Sowers running in and plugging that hole after it was open at the beginning. He gets up limping a little bit. He did off of his first carry of the game, and like I mentioned, a little bit chillier weather than either team have been seeing tonight, so I'm sure those hits hurt a little bit more tonight, but a short gain there brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Ringnecks from the Red Devil 14-yard line, in front 14-0 with 7:34 to go in the first half. Here's the snap, handoff, Balthazar turns the corner, he's at the 10, making his way to the 5 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down in the secondary by Caden Sowers once again, and it'll force 3rd down and short, and by short I mean about the length of the football for the Ringnecks. They need to get it to the 5-yard line, so actually about 3rd and a yard now. But it'll be a direct snap situation here for Ashbaugh, who stands alone in the backfield, 1 receiver to the near side, and he gets the direct snap, comes back to the near side. He's able to get to the 5. No! The Red Devils are able to force him backwards, and it's going to bring up 4th down. They might even have lost about a half-yard right there. So the Red Devils in the trenches step up big. Coming in, Josiah Pattengall was able to read that as it was a direct snap to Tyler Ashbaugh, who came off the near side, and now out there once again is Balthazar. He's got a man on his right hip, Slade Roar, 2 receivers to the near side, 4th down and 1 for the Ringnecks from the Red Devil Sticks. Here's the snap, hand off to Roar. He was bottled up, now he's wrapped up at the 5, spinning around. Did he get enough for the first down? He might have, with the way he spun right out of the tackle at the last second, and my goodness, The Red Devils had him wrapped up behind the line to gain, and Rohr just kept the legs moving, spun out towards the far side of the field, and with 2 Red Devil defenders on him, was able to dive forward, and it might have just been enough for a first down. We'll see if they want to call the chain gang out here, as the officials have all come together, and they are. They're going to signal a first down, but my goodness, the Red Devils were oh so close of getting a stop there deep in their own territory. It's now first and goal for the Ringnecks from the 5-yard line. After that one, Rohr got bottled up by his own lineman there and was able to avoid the loss and almost a turnover on downs. And now Blake Gehring, not liking the spot, is going to come out, and he's halfway out of the field trying to talk with the White Hat, and the White Hat has just thrown a flag. And this is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. And so they called a sideline warning there as Coach Gehring was coming out. He was wanting to have a discussion with the White Hat, and the White Hat was not having it and was telling him to go back towards his sideline here, because I think Blake was saying they didn't bring the chains out, and I think Blake was arguing if it's that close, bring the chains out, even if you can tell, just bring the chains out so we can see. And I think they were also, maybe he's arguing that when Rohr was bottled up by his own lineman back there, that he should have been a little bit farther back. But either way, Blake's argument is going to go unnoticed, and we're going to stick with first down and goal from the 5. So interesting situation there. Oberlin, if they get another sideline warning, it'll be turning into a 5-yard penalty. So good that the Red Devils didn't get an unsportsmanlike there. First down and goal for the Ringnecks. Here's the snap. It's a pitch out to the near side. Rohr fumbled the football. It's on the turf, and the Red Devils have it. So after all of that, Oberlin thought they had him stopped, and they instead turn it over. And Oberlin will take over deep in their own territory. Mitchell Wasson comes up with the fumble as Balthazar just kind of trying to go to a lateral pitch right there to Rohr, who was kind of running out at about the 10. It went in and out of his hands there, fell on the turf, and Mitchell Wasson comes up with a fumble recovery, but Oberlin deep in their own territory with 6:08 to go, down 14-0, has the football, first down and 10 from their own 9. Third turnover of the game, second for Hill City. Both of them fumbles. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got a man directly behind him. One receiver to the near side. Takes the snap, hands it off. Sowers. Sowers bottled up in the backfield. Still being pushed back, and he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Aiden Hall was the first one to get there, and he wrapped him up by the shoulder pass and just ripped him across his body and threw him down on the ground. Good wrestling move right there by Hall, that's for sure. Second down and 11 now for the Red Devils with the forward progress. 5:42 and counting to go in quarter number 2, or the first half. Oberlin down 14-0. Hill City with a long drive that ends in a fumble. Now can the Red Devils turn it into their first score of the game? Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Patton Gall on his right hip, one receiver to the far side of the field. Now he directs Wasson out into the slot from his tight end spot on the far side. Gehring barking out the signals, trying to get him to draw off sides. Takes the snap, hands it off. Josiah right side, back up the middle, slips through the defense, and the first wave of Hill City tacklers, and is able to get out into the linebacker core before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Forces third and medium here for the Red Devils. Third and about 5, maybe a long 5, close to 6 here with 4:56 to go. Red Devils with a football, 3rd and 6 from the 14. So Oberlin, like I mentioned, their first 2 drives ended on turnovers on downs in Ringneck territory. Then they punted their last drive away, and now they have the football, 3rd and 6 here from the 14-yard line of their own. Brady Gehring tying his shoe in the backfield as he's got Josiah Pattengall that'll be going on his right hip. Receiver stacked right on the line is Gage Willoughby. He's got a man just directly off the line there in the backfield as well. Gehring barking out the signals, will take the snap, hands it off. Josiah right side, trying to follow his blockers up front. He's going to be bottled up, wrapped up, brought down, and shoved backwards. Is able to get a few yards there and make this 4th and 1. And this will be interesting to see what Blake Gehring wants to do to the Red Devils. They faked a punt last week with Gage Willoughby, and Gage ran it right up the middle for 28 yards. Brady Gehring has come back onto the football field here, and we'll see what the Red Devils want to do. Gage is back to punt, and the Red Devils are going to punt it away. It's actually 4th and about 2. So probably a good decision here. Deep in your own end, 14-0. You're down with 3:39 to go as the clock ticks. Gage gets the snap and the punt, almost blocked again. This one coming to the near side, end over end. Take a bounce at the 30 and roll out of bounds there. And at about the 27-yard line, so that's where Hill City will take over with the football. First down and 10 with 3:29 to go. So Oberlin has not been able to take care of the turnovers from the Ringnecks, as it was a fumbled snap to begin the game for the Ringnecks, and then their latest turnover coming inside the red zone as Balthazar tried to pitch it out to Slade Rohr but wasn't able to, so it went in and out of Slade Rohr's hands and down onto the turf. 3:29 to go in the first half, 14-0 Hill City, and they'll take over with the football. First down and 10 from the 27-yard line of their own here.
Not hit him.
And so here's the snap, handoff from Balthazar coming into the near side and being wrapped up and brought down. There was a little argument between the coaches of Hill City and the officials there, as Hill City will take over and run hurry up here. Second down and 9 after a short carry there from Balthazar. Balthazar out of the shotgun. It was a short carry from Ashbaugh. And here's the snap, handoff to Ashbaugh. No, the ball's fumbled again, and Hill City is on top of it once again. So Balthazar that time trying to hand it off to Ashbaugh, and it fumbled on the turf. And man, this wet football is causing issues on the Hill City side. Third down and 12 now for the Ringnecks with 2:40 to go in this first half. This is a big play for the Red Devils. Balthazar out of the shotgun, man on his hip to his left, one receiver to the far side. He's got tight ends out there as well. QB design run left side, got a hole. He's at the far side of the field, still on his feet at the 35, shrinking to the 40, 35, 30, 30, 25, before he's finally pushed out of bounds. So the Red Devils, oh so close from getting him off the field on 3rd and 12. Instead give up a big gain on a QB design run up the far sideline there to Tate Balthazar, and it'll be second down, first and 10 for the Ringnecks from the 26-yard line with 2:18 to go in the first half of play. So Balthazar barking out the signals here to his offense as they go hurry up once again. The snap, faking the handoff. Balthazar looking to throw, still looking. He's in trouble, and he's wrapped up and brought down for a sack. Theo Butterfield runs in and wraps him up and brings him down. Mitchell Watson also back there too, but that was all Theo Butterfield, and that'll force second down and way long. Balthazar just back there for way too long, and the Red Devils converge on him, and he is shaken up a little bit after that hit from Theo Butterfield. Balthazar kind of went down, and then Theo came in and landed on top of him, so I'm sure that didn't feel too good either. Second and 17 now for Balthazar, and the Ringnecks from the 33. Here's a snap, it's a pitch, and coming to the near side is Ashbaugh, still on his feet to the 35 to the 25, and he's wrapped up and brought down, went from the 30 to the 25.
Brought down by Willoughby.
And it's those pitches are something that Oberlin has never really seen this year. I mean, they have seen pitches, but a pitch where Rohr, who's back there as the fullback, and then the quarterback, and Balthazar also goes out to block, makes it very tough to figure out who has the football. And the pitch works there for a good chunk of yards, makes 3rd and 9. Red Devils need of a big stop. It'll have to come on a turnover or down situation, but a big stop right here would be huge. Balthazar to the shotgun, man on his hip to the near side, trying to get a man to jump off sides. Almost did, takes the snap, hands it off. Ashbaugh, no, QB keeper off the near side. Balthazar weaving his way between Red Devils out across the 20 to the 15, and he has enough for the first down.
Balthazar on the keeper.
So Balthazar able to take it out to the 14-yard line. And are they going to mark this as 4th down? They are. They have 4th down. There we go. And finally they're going to be able to move the chains over there, as there was no signal from the official on the far side if it was a first down or not. And the dial down said 4th down still. Under center is Balthazar. He takes the snap, looking, hands it off. Ashball, left side, wrapped up and brought down by Caden Sowers, but not after a chunk of yards there inside the 15, and with 26 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's 14-0 Hill City, and there's a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. 14-0, 26.4 seconds to go in the second quarter. And once again, for those of you watching on the YouTube channel, thanks for bearing with me on the scoreboard. Once I get some time here at halftime, I'll be able to fix that up for you. But 14-0, and thanks for bearing with us. It's not the most perfect night to get everything going, that is for sure. And so thanks for bearing with us throughout all of this. The mist is still going a little bit. If you look up on the lights, it's not as heavy as it has been, but it is still going. And like I mentioned, it started about 5:15, and it has not stopped, and everything is wet. The bleachers are all wet, concrete all wet around the bleachers, track all wet, football field all wet, and it has certainly played a factor in tonight's game. Hill City on this drive, couple of 3rd and long situations that they've been able to convert with the legs of their running backs or quarterback Tate Balthazar. And they have 2nd down and 8 here from the 13-yard line with 26.4 seconds to go. Oberlin trying to keep the Ringnecks out of the end zone for the final time in this quarter. Oberlin will have the football to open up the second half. Out of the shotgun is Balthazar, takes a snap, QB design, run off the right side, and he gets out across the 10 to the 5, and he will move the sticks along with it and bring up 1st down and goal with 14 seconds to go. Still a couple timeouts, and finally.
That is terrible. You kill the clock on a 1st down.
And so Hill City was, now we got an official time.
Stop the clock on a 1st down.
And so the officials getting an earful here from everybody in the stadium as the clock continued to move after it was run, after the run that got a 1st down. And Hill City arguing the clock should have stopped to move the quote-unquote change, even though it would have been 1st and goal. They have 2nd down over there because there was no signal again whether or not it was a 1st down. And so this is just, it's been interesting. That's back-to-back times it's happened. And now a flag has come in from, the officials are all huddled up at the 5. I've never seen anything like this. In these final 2 drives, it's been interesting, to say the least, that's for sure, as Coach Gehring even had a question on a spot, and they flagged him about that, and now a flag came in all the way from the officials' huddle at the 5, and it almost hit the Hill City Ringneck huddle when it happened. And they were just, it's 2nd down on the dial down across the field. And we'll see what it is. And did they pick up the flag? Now a man on the near side has picked up the flag, a ref, and has tucked it back in his pants. They still have 2nd down over on the dial down on the far side, because once again, there was no signal from the official over there to move the sticks. Now the White Hat is coming in and talking with Hill City. And they're right. There should be about 10 seconds on the clock if that was a 1st down. And now they finally do have the dial down switched over on the far side of the field. But either way, this is a big spot for Oberlin. 19, if you can, now they've got 19 seconds up on the clock. And so the White Hats still talking with the Hill City coach here. Coach Davian, I am sure, voicing his opinion. All right. And looks like everything is good to go finally, and looks like we can play some football again. So 19.6 seconds to go. If the Red Devils can make Hill City evaporate all this time, that would be huge and keep them out of the end zone. Balthazar goes out of the shotgun, got a man on his left hip. One receiver to the far side is Ashbaugh. Balthazar out of the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, running it up the middle, now throws it over the middle. The pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. It is Tyler Ashbaugh right at the goal line. Great job by Tate Balthazar. Fake like he was going to take off on the QB run up the middle, and instead just throws it over the middle for the score right there to Tyler Ashbaugh. So with 15.1 seconds to go, it's a 20-0 lead now for Hill City. It'll be a QB design. It'll be a direct snap to Ashbaugh, who's back there now on the two-point conversion. He looks, runs off the left side, and he's into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So it's 22-0 in quarter number 2. 15.1 seconds left. Timeout on the field. 22-0. Hill City in front in the district championship here on KFNF.
There is a difference between going to the bank and going to the bank. When you go to the bank, it's just,
hello, welcome to the bank. How can we bore you?
But when you go to the bank,
hi, welcome to the bank. How can we help you?
And that help is offered to you in 13 northern Kansas locations to help your financial goals become a reality. From services and loans to state-of-the-art financial products, come to where the difference is better. The bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
In the sun is what everyone wants, and Ward Drug in Oberlin hopes you'll have safe fun in the sun this summer. Ward Drug reminds you that sunscreen is beneficial protection from those powerful rays of the sun. And if you get bugged by insects with bites, Ward Drug has you covered to soothe the itch and irritation. Got allergies from about anything these days? Ward Drug has you covered there too. You can always talk with a pharmacist to help you choose the best products for your individual needs. Ward Drug in downtown Oberlin, where they've got you covered for fun all summer long.
Back here from Hill City, 22-0 lead for the Ringnecks off of the touchdown pass from Balthazar to Ashbaugh. Here's the kick, goes to Gage Willoughby, and he is mobbed and wrapped up and brought right down at the 15-yard line. It was a squib kick right up the middle to Gage, and he just took off right up the middle and didn't have much running room there. So Oberlin will take over the football. Just 11 seconds to go in the first half. First down and 10 from the 15. We'll see what Coach Gehring and the Red Devils want to do here, if they want to take a knee or maybe try to run out the clock. Don't want to turn it over this deep in your own end zone. Deep in your own end, I should say. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Patton Gall on his near side hip. Takes the snap, hands it off. Patton Gall turning the corner out there at the 15 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Looked like he was going to be able to get some more, but only actually ends up picking up about a yard. And that's where the first quarter and the first half, I should say, comes to an end. So we are at the half here in Hill City. Our score, it is the Ringnecks 22, Oberlin 0. We'll be back coming up next with our halftime report. This is Oberlin Red Devil football on KFNF.
How do you choose the right financial partner? At United Northwest Federal Credit Union, they've been serving the communities of Norton, Decatur, and Rawlins counties for 75 years, offering top quality services and products. From loans to the Easy Saver account and online banking, they're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Experience the trust and reliability of a community-focused credit union. Visit unwfcu.org to join today. United Northwest Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner, NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to level up your career? Hi, I'm Miranda Ashmore with Western Plains Energy in Oakley, Kansas, and we're hiring. If you're motivated, reliable, and ready to grow, we've got openings in our maintenance, operations, and materials departments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we offer great pay, solid benefits, and a team that truly values you. Swing by our office or check us out at WPELLC.com to learn more. That's Western Plains Energy, where your future begins.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Say no to bad roofs? Say yes to AquaShield Roofing. With over 17 years of providing A-plus services. Roofs, siding, gutters, windows, doors, and spray foam insulation. Plus, AquaShield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call at 785-475-2533. AquaShieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors that get the job done right, or the Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your Colby Ag Center for a demo today. Colby Ag Center, your local Cub Cadet dealer at 305 East Horton.
1, 2, what do I do? 3, 4, dents in my door. 5, 6, get them fixed. 7, 8, make them straight. 9, 10, paint it again.
Got a dent, scratch, or crunch? Don't stress it. Bring it to Creative Collision, where they make child's play out of bodywork. Stop in on North Highway 83 in Oberlin, Kansas, or call 785-470-2130.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way.
Call Matt Osmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Norton counties.
Ever wonder why some people have a spring in their step? It's simple. Fuel. Quality fuel from Decatur Co-op. Without the right fuel, your day can feel like a drag. But with Decatur Co-op's premium Fieldmaster diesel or unleaded fuel delivered straight to you, those days of sluggish starts are over. Serving Northwest Kansas and Southwest Nebraska, they keep you moving. Check out their bulk fuel delivery today. Premium fuel and service you deserve at Decatur Co-op, with a location near you.
Decatur County Beef in Oberlin, Kansas wants to do business with the local farmers. They need high moisture corn, silage, and hay now, and dry corn now through October. Decatur County Beef offers very competitive prices, always looking for good help. Give Decatur County Beef a call. You'll be glad you did. That's Decatur County Beef, just north of Oberlin on Highway 83.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Halftime here from Hill City, where the Ringnecks are in front 22-0 here at halftime over the Oberlin Red Devils. And man, what a first half we've had. We've seen turnovers, interesting calls, interesting plays, that is for sure. But at the break, Hill City in front 22-0. Hill City doing a good job offensively, especially in big third and long situations. That has really kind of been their bread and butter today, and they have really kind of affected Oberlin in that front. Just when you think Oberlin has been able to maybe get them off of the field, the Ringnecks come up with a big run and are able to turn that into a first down. But overall, on a wet and rainy night here, Oberlin still in it. Have got to find a way, like I mentioned, to get those Ringnecks off of the field. That is for sure. All right, take you through your scoring summary. Kind of a short one here. Just 3 scores, all of them by Hill City to in this contest. It started out in quarter number 1 with 7:39 to go. When Ashbaugh runs it in from 21 yards out. The 2-point conversion run was no good, and Hill City would take a 6-0 lead. Then with 1:08 to go in the first quarter of play, Balthazar would run it in with a 1-yard touchdown run as well. The 2-point conversion run this time from Ashbaugh would be good, and it would be 14-0 Hill City. Then just 15 seconds remaining in the first half, Balthazar would hit Ashbaugh for a 5-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion run would be good from Ashbaugh, and the Ringnecks would take a 22-0 lead here into the break. The first quarter was a little bit back and forth to open up up the game as Hill City opened up by fumbling the first snap of the game. Oberlin had the football at the 29-yard line, but then were forced to go 4 and out from there. Hill City then went 3 and out, but on the punt, Caden Sowers underneath it ended up muffing the punt. Hill City took care of the short field with their first touchdown. Then Oberlin drove down the field again and turned it over on downs in ringneck territory at the 33. That's been about the last time the Red Devils have a good long drive against this defense that has really kind of figured out and settled in against the Red Devil offense here tonight, that is for sure. So the Ringnecks once again in front here, 22-0 at the break. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll get you some first half scores from around the state. 22-0. Ringnecks in front in the district championship between Oberlin and Hill City right here on KFNF.
At Decatur Health Radiology, the 3D mammography truck brings breast imaging directly into our community. This mobile service provides screening mammograms that may help detect early breast changes. Imaging results are reviewed by board-certified radiologists and shared with providers as part of patient care. By hosting the mobile unit, Decatur Health supports local access to important breast health screenings. Learn more about upcoming 3D mammography truck visits at decaturhealth.org.
Farm Credit of Western Kansas is synonymous with giving back to the community and its members. Whether it's attending events such as wheat plot tours, serving on various boards and committees, volunteering at local county fairs, or delivering $5.5 million in cash patronage checks, Farm Credit of Western Kansas is community driven. Stop in at 1190 South Range in Colby or one of our convenient outpost offices. Farm Credit of Western Kansas, financing ag for generations.
Insurance, it seems like you can never have enough, and when it comes to peace of mind, it's good to have the right insurance in place. Frederickson Insurance Agency in Oberlin can help you do just that. Frederickson's can help with supplemental insurance for your home, farm, business, auto, and yes, even your crop. Frederickson's will help you find the best plan from the best companies. Insurance, get the best from Frederickson Insurance Agency next to the Landmark in downtown Oberlin, 785-475-3883.
Transforming your kitchen is a big step. Where do you start? Step into the beautiful showroom at Kitchen Solvers on East B Street in McCook, and they will expertly guide you toward the cabinets, countertops, tile, and flooring that are a reflection of you. Full kitchen remodel or simple upgrade, they can help. Just need material? They'll get it ordered. Need help with install? They can do it. Reach out to Kitchen Solvers and they can get you back into a working kitchen in 5 days. Kitchen Solvers, find what inspires you.
Banking should be simple and convenient. With FNB Bank, it is. Whether online, by phone, or with a debit card, accessing your money has never been easier. Imagine managing your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go with just a few taps. FNB Bank in Oberlin, Kansas makes it all possible, ensuring you have control of your banking 24/7. Experience the convenience of modern banking with FNB Bank. Visit fnbbank.com today.
They say defense wins championships, and in business, it's no different. With cyber threats and data interceptions, you need a solid tech lineup that defends your business every day. At Nextech, we provide technology solutions that keep your operations locked down. Call Nextech, your business technology defense, at 800-588-6649 or visit next-tech.com/cybersecure. Nextech, local, trusted, reliable.
Whether it's plants, animals, or us humans, we are all affected by what we eat, and it starts in our soil. Nutrien Ag Solutions has worked hard to find solutions for causes, not just symptoms, that strengthen soil, plant, and animal health, therefore increasing the efficiency and profitability on your farm. Nutrien will work to create a balanced approach for your soil, in turn boosting productivity in your crops. Healthier plants carry enhanced nutritional value for your crops and livestock. Call Nutrien Ag Solutions today to get started.
The Red Devils play here on today's Best Country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Hill City in our district championship tonight in District 8 between the Oberlin Red Devils and the Hill City Ringnecks. And, man, we're sitting out in the rain still, as it's still misting pretty good out here. Certainly has made the sweatshirts pretty cold throughout the broadcast tonight, and made the table pretty wet as well. But we're still continuing to go on. Thank you for bearing with us and bearing with me. For those of you watching on the YouTube with the scoreboard, had to fix a couple of settings, and during the game you just don't have that much time, so hopefully you hold strong for us. Big day for Red Devil sports coming up tomorrow as the cross-country runners make their way down to Ellis for regionals, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that throughout the day. And then don't forget, we got sub-state volleyball coming up right here on KFNF tomorrow as well. Pre-game at about 2:45 approximately. First serve 3 o'clock as Oberlin will meet up with Ellis in the first round of the sub-state semifinals. And then in the championship, they will, if they win against Ellis, they will either meet up with Quinter or Hill City. So, yes, the Lady Ringnecks and the Lady Red Devils could meet up tomorrow as well. But we'll have coverage of the volleyball matches right here on KFNF, as well as over on our KFNF YouTube channel as well. And once again, big thank you to everyone that's been listening as well as been watching, for bearing with us. Such a huge game, and I apologize the way it's kind of worked out on our end, but it has been raining. It's kind of tough for us to do what we want to do when it is raining and get everything set up the way we want it to. But I'm glad that so many of you are watching both on the YouTube channel and listening right here on KFNF as well. And just bear with us, continue to bear with us. So make our way into the second half. 22-0 lead in favor of the Hill City Ringnecks. A couple of rushing touchdowns, passing touchdown with 15.1 seconds there. Oberlin, the defense, other than has played pretty good. I know they're down 22-0, but have been given some interesting situations to deal with, interesting situations when they're on the field as well. So it's been one of those first halves, that is for sure. Oberlin down 22-0 here at the break. And I kind of mentioned it, Hill City has been doing such a good job in third and long situations, because ever since Oberlin forced them 3 and out on their first drive of the game, they've been put into those third and long situations a couple different times, or more than a couple different times. But even at one point had a 3rd and 12. Tate Balthazar was just able to take a QB run for a good hunk of yards. They also got a good screenplay on 3rd and long, and it's kind of one of those situations where Red Devils need to figure out a way to get them off the field so Oberlin can get on the field, maybe with some short field here. But Oberlin gets the ball to start the second half, so it's certainly going to be interesting to see what happens between either team. And see Oberlin in the first half anyway did attempt a few passes, not so many down the stretch, but Hill City attempted a couple of passes as well, but they did pitch a ball. They fumbled it twice, as Hill City has fumbled it twice, and Oberlin has fumbled it once. Oberlin hasn't fumbled it truly offensively yet today, as their fumble came on the muffed punt there from Caden Sowers. Hill City fumbled it deep in their own territory twice, deep in their own territory once, then deep in Red Devil territory the other time. So we'll see if turnovers play a part here in the second half. Hill City still in front 22-0 with those 2 turnovers as well. And like I mentioned, it's going to continue to stay wet all the way throughout the rest of the night tonight. It seems like the mist has maybe stopped a little. I don't know. It's just a light mist now, as opposed to a heavy mist as it was earlier in the game anyway, at the beginning of the contest. Right now, just kind of a slight mist. The wind blowing out of the north is pretty cool when it hits you in the face as well, that's for sure. But the Red Devils have retaken the field, going through some little calisthenics, as well as the Ringnecks, who are out there as well, running through their calisthenics as well. Hill City last year made it all the way into the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Came up just a bit short. They had South Central here on their home field, who Hoxie ended up beating in the state semis last year. And it was a close game at halftime, but South Central was able to pull away in the second half. This is going to be huge for the Red Devils, because you're going to, as we make our way to the postseason, Oberlin, if they win that first playoff game, we'll probably see a team kind of like Hill City that loves to run the football, and either South Central or Oxford, both of those two teams love to run the football. They've got athletes both on offense and defense, so Oberlin's got to find a way to punch this ball under the end zone, and with the ball to start the second half, you got to think that's what Blake Gehring's on his mind. And neither team, I know Hill City's had a couple big plays, but Oberlin really hasn't had that one huge play that they've had, kind of opened up things last week. Oberlin on their first couple of drives didn't look like they were getting things going right away, and it was a big run from Josiah Pattengall. And Josiah's had some creases, but they're keying really on him, and Caden Sowers, whenever he's had the carry, they've really keyed on him too. So if Oberlin maybe can open up, I know it's going to be tough to pass, but maybe try to find Gage Willoughby, get him mixed in. They tried to give him a handoff, and it went nowhere. So it'll be interesting to see what Blake Gehring wants to do. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Davian wants to do as we make our way into the second half. So the Ringnecks have broken their huddle, have come back, and Coach Davian is talking with the officials here who have made their way back onto the field. They're huddled up in the east end zone right next to the corner pylon on the near side, the top of the end zone. They're talking there as there was some, I think just some questions from either side of what the officials were signaling in. And when it happened, Oberlin on a situation in which they thought they stopped Hill City on 4th and 1. Turned out they didn't. And then Hill City, late there in the first half, thought they had some more time on the clock after they ran the ball with 26 seconds to go and were forced to call a timeout. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of how that goes moving forward, the relationship with each coach and the official. So Hill City is trotting out on the field, and so is Oberlin. The officials are still huddled up in the end zone. And some personnel for either side still kind of trotting out onto the field, but the players want to get this thing going, as it has been a wet and soggy night here in Hill City, that is for sure. As has caused a couple turnovers, like I mentioned. It looks like we are about ready to go here.
The second half kickoff.
Hill City, like I mentioned, ton of experience, and Oberlin has a lot of experience as well. Kind of maybe the younger team, though, out of the two. Hill City with a lot of seniors. All of them got honored before the game while the mist was coming down. And like I mentioned, it's maybe more of a finer mist right now as we've made our way into the second half. So the Ringnecks have the ball teed up. Roar will kick it away. Back deep to receive for the Red Devils is Gage Willoughby. He stands all the way back at the 5. Just been squib kicks all day for Slade Roar. And we see another one here. Goes right over the middle. Taken by Josiah. He fumbled it once, twice, and was finally able to fall on top of it as he kept trying to look up and see where his blockers were. But Oberlin will start with the football. Still some okay field position. First down and 10 from the 25. The middle part of the field is getting really chewed up,
From their own 25.
as it's not so much muddy, but just the grass laying over on top of each other with everybody walking on top of it. But a beautiful green grass field here in Hill City with the red track around it. Beautiful field. And it's getting rained on tonight, that is for sure. So Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got a man in the backfield with him, Pattengall. One receiver stacked on the line is Willoughby. Takes a snap, hands it off. Josiah up the middle, cuts back towards the near side, and he's wrapped up and brought down with a short gain. And we kind of talked with Blake Gehring in the pregame show how much Josiah does in the run game for the Red Devils, getting those short gains. But tonight, instead of 3 or 4 yards, they've really been kind of just 1 or 2 yards. And
from the 27.
It's still gaining yards, which Coach Gehring will take, but love to have a few more on that as yards per carry. 11:27 to go in the third quarter. Gehring out of the shotgun. Man on his hip to the left is Pattengall. Behind him is Sowers. One receiver to the near side. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, dropping back to throw. Brady looking, throws it over the middle. The pass is deflected in and out of the hands of Caden Sowers, who was running, streaking down the middle of the field towards the near side at the 40. Great job by Ashbaugh getting his hand in there to deflect that ball away. Might have just been a little bit out of the reach of Cohen Anderson as well, but it was a great play call there from Blake Gehring. Like I mentioned, Red Devils kind of missing their one big play on the night, and they were trying to get it right there, and now they force 3rd down and 9 as they won the toss, elected to defer the second half, and now can you turn that into points here? First points of the game as they're down 22-0 with 11:15 to go in the third quarter of play. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Pattengall on his right hip, one receiver to the far side of Willoughby. He's got Sauer stacked on the line to the left. Pattengall comes over to the left hip now. Gehring calling out the signals, takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking, fires the ball down the middle of the field. Caden Sauer's trying to come back to it. He can't. No flag coming in. Not a lot of contact there, but never turning around to look at the ball was born, and instead I think the ball was kind of uncatchable as well. Caden came back to it, tried to dive for it, but it comes up a bit short. And so Oberlin, a couple of pass plays on this opening drive, and they have to turn it over after not being able to complete them. Gage Willoughby will be back there to kick it off. And like I mentioned, Gage had that fake last week. See if he does it. Nope, he's going to punt this one away and boots. It kind of goes off the side of his foot. Takes a bounce just across the 30. Rolls to the 20. Picked up there by Balthazar. It'll be wrapped up and brought down at about the 25, 26-yard line. So that's where the Hill City Ringnecks will take over with the football. First down and 10. 11:01 to go in the third quarter of play. 22-0. Oberlin and Hill City battling it out here. Winner gets the district championship here tonight from Hill City, and it's been back and forth anyway. Hill City has really hunkered down defensively after a first quarter in which Oberlin got a couple good drives but just couldn't convert them. Balthazar under center, I formation look here, roar between him and Ashbaugh at the top. It's a handoff to Ashbaugh. Left side, he's got tons of running room out across the 35, and he's wrapped up and brought down there. Great job, Christian Smith Titus, able to get him by the shoestrings, or else he might have been see you later touchdown. But instead, he's just wrapped up and brought down for about a 13-yard gain. It'll bring up first down and 10 now for the Ringnecks. 10:55 to go in the third quarter of play from their own 37-yard line. Balthazar out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his hip to the left. One man out there. Here's a snap pitch to Ashbaugh. He's at the 40, still on his feet as he makes his way into Red Devil territory. Wrapped up and brought down. Brady Gehring running in to get the tackle. And it'll bring up second down and about 4 here for the Ringnecks from the 36-yard line. And like I mentioned, the Ringnecks went hurry-up offense a couple of times on their drives late in the first quarter and then late, obviously, in the second quarter. Not so much here as everyone looking down at an armband, waiting for Balthazar to bark out some signals. He finally does. He'll go out of the shotgun here. He's got Ashbaugh on his right hip. He's got a wing to the left in roar. Takes the snap, hands it off, no, fakes it. Balthazar dropping back to pass now, rolling out to his right, still on his feet at the 35, to the 30, streaks by a defender, 25, 20, 15, 10, streaking down the far sideline, finally wrapped up and brought down just inside the 15-yard line at about the 13. And once again, Tate Balthazar making it look good with his legs, that is for sure. And it'll bring up first down and 10 here for the Ringnecks from the 13-yard line of the Red Devils. Balthazar dropped back to pass there, and again, I don't know if that was designed for him to do that. That one looked more like a pass than the one earlier where he dropped back and just took off and ran. That time he dropped back, looked for the pass, and then streaked out to the far side of the field. They worked from the far side hash here. First down and 10 from the 13. Balthazar to the shotgun. Man on his hip to the right is Ashbaugh. Wing to the left is Roar. Heavy set that way. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Pump fakes looking to throw. Now he cuts back to the right side. Pump fakes again. Trucks some, or lowers his shoulder, I should say, as he dives his way inside the 10-yard line. On the far side of the field, little short QB keeper. Red Devils doing a good job in coverage, but Balthazar has just been able to make some plays with his legs, and he makes another one there to force second down and about 6 or 7 here for the Ringnecks from the 8-yard line of the Red Devils. Balthazar out of the shotgun. He's got Ashbaugh, Roar on his left hip. One receiver to the near side is Ashbaugh. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Roar, left side, turning the corner, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown from 8 yards out. Skylar Roar with his first touchdown of the contest, and it puts the Ringnecks in front 28-0 with 9:25 to go in the first quarter of play. So the Red Devils, their first drive, have to turn it over, looking for a big play, couldn't find it, and the Ringnecks able to get a couple of big plays with the feet of Tate Balthazar. That time it's Skylar Roar. Balthazar out of the shotgun here. He's got Roar on his right hip, one receiver to the far side of the field, and someone jumped off sides as the ball wasn't even snapped. And Balthazar was screaming over the sideline that he didn't know what the play call was. And so that'll move them back 5 yards and make this two-point conversion try come instead of from the 3, from about the 8-9 yard line. So this could be huge here. 28-0 Oberlin down to Hill City in this district championship game. 9:25 to go in the third quarter of play. Red Devils 6-1. So is Hill City. Both of these teams will be home coming up next week for the playoffs, but want some more bragging rights. Here's the snap. Handoff, Roar up the middle. No, Balthazar keeping it, looking to throw. Lobs it up into the end zone, and it's caught right along the near sideline and the pylon for the two-point conversion. Jackson Smith slips behind the defense and gets in for the two-point conversion. So Hill City has opened up a 30-0 lead here in quarter number 3. Timeout on the field. Oberlin's chance to respond coming up next. 9:25 left in the third, 30-0 Hill City.
Oh, it's here! Football season! Ray's Grocery of Oberlin is excited too! Ray's Grocery knows you like football, but also everything that comes with it. Oh yeah, tailgating! Come into Ray's and get set up with all your supplies for a festive tailgate party. Delicious hamburgers, juicy steaks, all the produce you can handle, favorite drinks. It's all ready for you at Ray's Grocery. So get your tailgate on now. Shop stress-free with quality this football season at Ray's Grocery, downtown Oberlin.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Hill City. Ringnecks punching in another touchdown to make it 30-0 after the two-point conversion. It's a Skylar Roar 8-yard TD score, and the Ringnecks have opened up a 30-0 lead here with 9:25 to go in the third quarter. Skylar Roar has it teed up, and he will send the squib. That'll go off of a Red Devil right up front of the 35. Mitchell Wasson went off of his legs, and he was finally able to get it wrapped up and brought down after it went off of his face mask as well. But Oberlin with their best field position in a long while here, stand first down and 10 from their own 36. Red Devils trying to maybe get a little bit of a big play their first drive out of the second half with a couple of pass options, but didn't end up getting anything, and now the Red Devils down 30-0 here. Could be working more out of the air raid. Gehring out of the shotgun, man on his hip to the right, one receiver out to either side, takes a snap. Brady dropping back to pass, looking, throws out in the flat, and it's too tall. Caden Sowers able to get two hands on it, but it goes through his hands and out of bounds, and will bring up second down and 10. So this is the first time really all year that Oberlin kind of being forced to throw it more than they want to. I mean, you're going to have to down 30-0 with 9:21 to go in the third quarter. And just look for a big play strike. I think that's what Blake Gehring's trying to get here. As Brady Gehring will go out of the shotgun. One receiver to the near side of Willoughby. Man on his right hip is Patton Gall. Sends Sowers in motion right to left across the line. Brady takes the snap, hands it off to Josiah, who avoided a defender right in the backfield and then was able to trudge his way forward for about a half yard. And once again, the Red Devils are forced into a third down situation. And this is interesting they say 3rd and 11, so he ended up losing a yard. I thought he dove back to the line of scrimmage at least, but they must have said his knee was down before that. So Oberlin has the football, 3rd and 11 from their own 35, working towards the near side hash as they drive towards the east. Gehring out of the shotgun. Patton Gall on his left hip. Receiver stacked on the near side is Willoughby. Sowers over there as well. Takes the snap. Gehring dropping back to pass. Looking. Throws it out. Too tall for Gage, who was open at the 40. But it's too tall there. And Brady got slammed right after he threw that football as well. So probably was trying to avoid that and throw it over the top of the lineman. So that'll force 4th down. And the Red Devils looking like they're going to send the punt unit in here. So Oberlin, like I mentioned, first couple of drives for the Red Devils, turned it over on downs and ringneck territory, but just haven't looked like that well-oiled machine that we've been used to seeing them look all year since then. And Gage will punt this one away. Almost blocked. He might have got a piece of it as this one goes off the side of the foot out of bounds. As that was Keysweater that ran in and almost got a piece of the football. It went off the side of Gage's foot and out of bounds inside the 30 at about the 28. And Gage was able to get out of the way, or else he was about ready to get rocked there by Keysweater as well.
Next ball, 1st and 10 from their own 28.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Ringnecks from their own 28-yard line. 8:31 to go in the 3rd quarter, 30-0. Ringnecks out in front. Shotgun set here. Balthazar takes a snap, throws it up over the middle. Pass caught by Ashbaugh at the 30, 35-40, 35-30, streaking down the far side to the 20, and he's wrapped up and brought down inside the 20, almost to the 15 at about the 18-yard line. So just a little screen play or just a little pass play right over the middle. Really kind of more of a screen there to Tyler Ashbaugh, and a great pass from Balthazar. Kind of had to sling it, and sidearm was able to get it to him, and a big play right away there for the Ringnecks. And they have 1st down and 10 from the Oberlin 17. Out of the shotgun is Balthazar. Got a man on his left hip. Takes the snap. QB design run off the left side. Cuts back up the middle before he's cracked between 2 Oberlin defenders. And a flag comes in. As Balthazar got the run, the tackle, Cohen Anderson and Caden Sowers. And they're going to be holding on the Ringnecks, so that'll move them back 10 yards. And this will make 1st down and 20 now for the Ringnecks from the 27-yard line. And these big down situations where it's been 3rd and, 3rd and plus 10, they've been able to make them work. And we'll see if the Red Devils can make it not work here for Hill City as they have 1st and 20 from the 26. Balthazar goes out of the shotgun. Man on his left hip is Rohr. 2 receivers to the near side. He's only got 4 down linemen. Takes a snap, looking, throws out in the flat quickly to the outside Smith, and he's got some running room, or Bourne, I should say, on the far side there with the catch as he takes it out across the 25 to the 20, inside the 20, almost to the 15. So he gets back about 10 there on the little quick screen pass out to him. It'll bring up 2nd down and actually about 11, just a 9-yard gain there. 2nd and 11 for the Ringnecks from the Oberlin 18-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Balthazar again. He's got a man on his hip at the backfield to the left. Ashbaugh, the receiver to the near side, fakes the handoff. Now he's running it back up the middle, and Butterfield wraps up Balthazar in the backfield and brings him down. And I think that was a little miscommunication on the play there, or Balthazar slipped, but right into the hands of Theo, who just wraps him up and wrangles him down. So now 3rd and 11 for the Ringnecks from the 18. Definitely 4-down territory. But if Oberlin can keep them out of the end zone here, their chances stay alive as the clock ticks under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. A 30-0 lead for the Ringnecks. Balthazar out of the shotgun. Man on his right hip. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. Pump fakes. Now he's rolling back. Cuts back up the middle. Still on his feet. Jukes another defender. Fakes it to the outside. Still on his feet. Inside the 15. What a move. And what a run by Tate Balthazar. He was faking all over the place, juking defenders, and is able to get a few yards there to make it 4th and manageable. About 4th and 6 coming. 4th and 5 maybe here for the Ringnecks. Pickup of 6 on 3rd and 11, and the Red Devils can turn them away here, but it's deep in their own territory. 4th and 5 from the 13-yard line. Ringnex with the football at the Oberlin 13, working towards the near side hash, driving towards the west. Ringnex with the football. Balthazar, who's made so many plays with his legs, not out there now. It'll be a direct snap situation to Ashbaugh, and they've got a heavy set line towards the right. One receiver to the far side of the field. Ashbaugh takes the snap, running off the right side. He's got the first down and more as he slings his way inside the 5-yard line. So just student body right with the direct snap to Ashbaugh, and it ends up being a first down and goal. And Tate Balthazar is down on a knee, and he's going to be continuing to watch these plays as Ashbaugh will run the quarterback spot again. Heavy set line to the right, and he fumbled the ball in the backfield, and he's able to jump right on top of it.
On the snap, but recovered by Ashbaugh.
So Ashbaugh looked back at the last second over to the sideline for maybe a confirmation on the play call, and as he turned back, the ball was snapped and went out of his hands. He was able to fall on top of it. Not much damage done as it forces second down and goal, though, from the 5. Balthazar out of the shotgun, got a man on his hip, Roar to the near side, 2 receivers to the near side as well. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, Roar, Balthazar up the middle, avoids one defender, and he's finally wrapped up and brought down inside the 3 at about the 1 right there. As it was Josiah Pattengall bringing him down to bring up third down and goal from the 1-yard line for the Ringnex. Under center, Balthazar, I formation look. Ashbaugh at the tip of the eye. QB sneak off the left side. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown run for Tate Balthazar. So after having first and 20, the Ringnex are able to turn it into a touchdown and extend their lead 36-0 over the Red Devils. And man, the Ringnex just able to find any way tonight to pick up big first downs or just move the ball when they've needed to, like in those first and 20 or third and 19 situations. Out of the shotgun, Balthazar takes the snap, QB run, up the middle, avoids the defender, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. So 38-0, Hill City in front. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from the 45-point rule. 4:54 to go in the third quarter. 38-0, Hill City in front here on KFNF.
There is a difference between going to the bank and going to the bank. When you go to the bank, it's just...
Hello, welcome to the bank. How can we bore you?
But when you go to the bank...
Hi, welcome to the bank. How can we help you?
And that help is offered to you in 13 northern Kansas locations to help your financial goals become a reality. From services and loans to state-of-the-art financial products, come to where the difference is better. The Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
38-0, Hill City out in front of the Oberlin Red Devils in the District 8 Championship tonight. Red Devils got to pull off an amazing comeback if they want to get that first district title since 2014, while the Ringnex looking just for their second ever district title in school history, and they have put up a 38-point lead to try to do it. Roar will boot this one. It'll go off the hands of a Red Devil up front, Cohen Anderson. It was kicked directly at him. It goes through his hands, and then Theo Butterfield runs behind him and is able to pick it up. There's a scrum right there just across the 30 to about the 31, and I think Theo did end up coming up with a football, and he does. But Roar, instead of just kicking that ball right up the middle like he has, he's been directing it at the Red Devils up front, trying to steal a possession. They don't there. But Oberlin, who has had 2 drives in the quarter, both have went 3 and out, and with just minimal gain, will try to do something here. Down 38-0 with 4:51 to go in the third quarter. Gehring out of the shotgun. He's got Pattengall on his right hip, one receiver behind him, Sowers in the backfield, sends Willoughby in motion out towards the left. Gehring taking the snap here at the chest, hands it off to Sowers. Sowers trying to get the corner. He's wrapped up and brought down for a 5-6 yard loss in the backfield. Coming up and wrapping him, bringing him down right at the knees was Skylar Rohr. And Caden a little bit slow to get up. And like I mentioned, Skylar Rohr came in flying right down at his legs and put a shoulder pad or a helmet right into the calf, which I'm sure does not feel good. And so Oberlin now has second down and 16, they call it, from their own 25-yard line. 4:39 to go in quarter number 3, 38-0. Not how Oberlin, I think, was expecting this game to go, that is for sure. But just haven't been able to get the offense clicking after those first couple of drives to open up the game. Gehring out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 16. Two receivers to the near side and over to the far. Patton Gall on the right hip takes the snap. Gehring dropping back to pass, looking, throws it up over the middle. The pass is picked off by Balthazar, racing up the near side, 20 to the 15 to the 10. He's wrapped up and brought down from behind. Brady Gehring saving the pick six. So Brady threw that up over the middle, a little too tall right there for Gage Willoughby, trying to get it over the top of the big defensive line. And so the Red Devils down 38-0, trying to keep the Ringnecks out of the end zone here because a touchdown makes it 44-0. The two-point conversion would make it 46-0, and that would be the point rule. So the Red Devils really trying to keep them out of the end zone here to keep fighting for another day. 4:21 to go, and the Ringnecks will take over with a football. Balthazar out of the shotgun off of his own interception, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking, throws it out into the flat, and the pass is incomplete as you look to the near side towards his tight end, Smith.
For Smith, number 28.
And that will bring up second down and goal as the ball is spotted at the 5-yard line. Brady's throw there, they had a couple of in-route patterns over the middle of the field, and it was looking for Gage. And Balthazar just took the overthrown pass for a pick and ran it all the way out of the 5, who stands now out of the shotgun with Ashbaugh on his hip, fakes the handoff, no, hands it off to Ashbaugh, right side, still on his feet, trucks the defender and gets into the end zone. No, just a half yard short, and it'll bring up third down and a goal with 4:06 to go here in the third quarter of play. So Balthazar that time has a little read option. He just handed off, and Balthazar gave it to Ashbaugh. And now Balthazar to the shotgun here with Roar on his right hit. Ashbaugh, the far receiver, takes the snap. QB run, right side, open space into the end zone for a touchdown. So 44-0 now. And the Red Devils, if they can stop the two-point conversion, will live to fight another day. As the Ringnecks have the football, going for the two-point conversion. Under center. Takes the snap. Ashbaugh, left side, and he dives into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So that'll make it a 46-0 game and a 46-0 win and a district title for the Hill City Ringnecks, who are celebrating. So the Ringnecks dominate the third quarter and get the win 46-0 over the Red Devils. The Red Devils hoping to see them maybe later in the playoffs. 46-0 win tonight for the Hill City Ringnecks. They win it via the point rule in the third quarter. So we'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up here from Hill City. 46-0 win for the Ringnecks.
In the sun is what everyone wants, and Ward Drug in Oberlin hopes you'll have safe fun in the sun this summer. Ward Drug reminds you that sunscreen is beneficial protection from those powerful rays of the sun. And if you get bugged by insects with bites, Ward Drug has you covered to soothe the itch and irritation. Got allergies from about anything these days? Ward Drug has you covered there too. You can always talk with a pharmacist to help you choose the best products for your individual needs. Ward Drug in downtown Oberlin, where they've got you covered for fun all summer long.
For 75 years, United Northwest Federal Credit Union has been a cornerstone in Norton, Decatur, and Rawlins counties, known for top quality services like loans, easy saver accounts, and seamless online banking. They ensure financial peace of mind. Whether you're saving for the future or need a little extra help today, they've got you covered. Discover more about their trusted services at unwfcu.org. United Northwest Federal Credit Union, your financial partner for life. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to take the next step in your career? My name is Cody Holzmeister and I work at Western Plains Energy in Oakley, Kansas. We're looking for motivated individuals who are ready to work hard, grow professionally, and be part of a team that values integrity, reliability, and respect. Whether you're experienced or just starting out, we have opportunities available in our maintenance, operations, and materials departments. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and a supportive work environment. Apply today and join the workplace where your contributions truly matter. Stop by our office or visit WPELLC.com to learn more. That's Western Plains Energy, where your future begins.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Say no to bad roofs. Say yes to AquaShield Roofing. With over 17 years of providing A-plus services. Roofs, siding, gutters, windows, doors, and spray foam insulation. Plus, AquaShield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call at 785-475-2533. AquaShieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors that get the job done right, or the Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your Colby Ag Center for a demo today. Colby Ag Center, your local Cub Cadet dealer at 305 East Horton.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Hill City. Tough one tonight for the Red Devils as they fall short in the district championship, 46-0 to the Hill City Ringnecks, and the Ringnecks just did everything right, converted on big, long-to-go situations. Made some big plays. Oberlin just had a tough time getting the offense going after a couple of turnover on downs to open up the game, and just couldn't seem to get that offensive juice flowing and couldn't find a response whenever Hill City was in those big long-to-go situations. And I don't know if the weather had an effect in it at all. I'm sure it did a little bit, but that first quarter, it was back and forth a little bit. Felt like Oberlin was hanging with them, but third quarter here, Hill City certainly dominated, that is for sure, and they walk away with a win, 46-0. Let's take you through our scoring summary. It was Hill City opening up the scoring with 7:39 to go with the first quarter on a Tyler Ashbaugh 21-yard TD run. Two-point conversion run was no good, and Hill City would take a 6-0 lead. Then Balthazar would punch in a 1-yard touchdown run with 1:08 to go in the first quarter to make it 14-0. Then, after no scoring between either team for most of the rest of the first half, the Ringnecks would punch it in with 15.1 seconds to go in the second quarter on a Tate Balthazar to Tyler Ashbaugh 5-yard touchdown pass. A 2-point conversion run from Ashbaugh would be good, and Hill City would take a 22-0 lead. Skylar Rohrer would then run in an 8-yard touchdown run to get the scoring started the second half for the Ringnecks. The 2-point conversion pass from Balthazar to Smith would make it 32-0. Then with 4:54 to go in the third quarter, Balthazar would run in a 1-yard touchdown run. His 2-point conversion run would be good as well, and it'd be 38-0. Then he would pick off Brady Gehring, return it all the way to the 5, and a couple plays later, he'd run it into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion run from him would also be good, and it'd be 46-0. And give props to the whole Hill City team, but Tate Balthazar tonight, he was the difference in the game. Seemed like he always extended plays, especially in those long-to-go situations for the Ringnecks as they come away with the district title tonight by a final score of 46-0. So no harm, no foul for the Red Devils as they are in the playoffs. They just came up short. They'll be the number 2 seed out of the playoffs, so that means they will meet up with the 3rd seed out of District 7, who, like I mentioned, could either be La Crosse, Ellis, or Quinter, kind of depending on results tonight. It was looking like more Ellis than anything, and that game will be coming up either on Thursday or Friday of next week. The full pairings will be out early in the morning coming up tomorrow, and we will update you on our Facebook page as well. We're going to take one more final break, come back, and wrap things up here from Hill City.
1, 2, what do I do? 3, 4, dents in my door. 5, 6, get them fixed. 7, 8, make them straight. 9, 10, Paint it again.
Got a dent, scratch, or crunch? Don't stress it. Bring it to Creative Collision, where they make child's play out of bodywork. Stop in on North Highway 83 in Oberlin, Kansas, or call 785-470-2130.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey Culligan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way.
Call Matt Osmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Norton counties.
All right, we welcome you back here from Hill City. Sorry about that. As we're wrapping things up here tonight, 46-0 win for the Hill City Ringnecks. They claim the district championship here in District 8. And Oberlin, though, will be the 2 seed in District 8 coming out here. Like I mentioned, we either take on Ellis, Quinter, or La Crosse next week. Looking more like Ellis. That game will be at Smick Memorial Field, though, next week, either on Thursday or Friday. So the Red Devils tonight, like I mentioned, just coming up a bit short. Man, it just seemed like Hill City could do no wrong, even with the weather, and Oberlin just couldn't get that offense clicking. So certainly go back to the drawing board, but do want to give a big shout-out to everybody that watched tonight. Thanks for bearing with us and listened. The rain certainly affected a few things, and hopefully we didn't butcher it too bad here tonight anyway from Hill City, but I know it was a tough one tonight for all the Red Devil fans out there. Don't forget, tomorrow, though, we've got a big game coming up right here on KFNF as the Red Devils volleyball side of things look to make the state tournament for the first time since 2010. They'll take on Ellis in the sub-state semifinals coming up approximately 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then we will have coverage of them throughout the rest of the day as well if they continue to win. So that'll wrap things up here tonight from Hill City. The Ringnecks claim the district championship over the Red Devils by a final score of 46-0. Once again, Oberlin will be at home coming up next week. Football-wise, they'll either be taking on Ellis, Quinter, or La Crosse in the first round of the playoffs. That game will either be on Thursday or Friday. And whenever it is, we'll have coverage right here on KFNF. Once again, thanks for bearing with us tonight through all the rain and everything on our YouTube channel right here on the radio as well. We'll be back with Red Devil football coming up next week. Red Devil volleyball coming up tomorrow. I'm Sam Knoll signing off saying so long and good night from Hill City.
The following has been a presentation of Oberlin Red Devil Athletics on 101.1 KFNF, today's best country. To listen back and watch tonight's game, visit our website